Stay Tuned Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of a drunken degenerate watching the National Football League.
Welcome everybody to Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your boy King, hanging out with you here as we're getting ready to watch along with the Green Bay Packers, making a trip out to East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the New York Football Giants in their first game without Brian Daboll. I can't say I'm still so happy. I know, listen, there's a 99.999% chance the Giants lose this game. I understand that. I get that. Completely, I am at peace with that because the Giants did what I had been imploring them to do, and for which I said I wouldn't be angry if they did. I said if the Giants lose every other game, we already know the season's over. If they fire Brian Daboll, then they fire Brian Daboll, and it is what it is. It happens. We'll just move on with it, and we will deal with it as we deal. And of course, they've done that. So I can't go back on my word on this one, ladies and gentlemen. The Giants have fired Brian Daboll. We have moved on from that disastrous regime. Everything else from here on out is just gravy. It's just cake, and then we wait to see what happens in the offseason. Giants have maybe one of the most desirable jobs out there. Great defense, young quarterback, young dynamic quarterback. You got Scatabo and Tracy in the backfield. You have Neighbors. That connection that can happen between Dart and Neighbors is something that any coach is going to want. So all of that, I'm a happy guy. I really am. So like I said, if this is a get-right game for the Packers and they go ahead and they blow the Giants out, it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. It don't matter. It don't matter to me. But thank you so much for joining us here at Stay Tuned Sports as we're getting ready for this game. I'm sure Tom Grossi is he lathered up about this one. It's like, come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. We all know what's going to. Like, here's the thing. If the Packers beat the Giants by a lot, we're supposed to. It's, you can't really go nuts and celebrate that. If the Packers lose to the Giants, oh, boy. So it's really a no-win situation if you're a Packer fan, for ELS, for Grossi, for whoever. It's kind of a no-win situation. If you win, you were supposed to. If you lose, holy shit, how did you lose to the Giants who just lost their coach and are starting Jameis Winston instead of Jaxson Dart? Like, how do you do that? How do you do that? So that's going to be so. But thank you so much for joining us. Chat is lively. We've got Crafty. Of course, he's always in there. Didn't complain about the countdown. He did say it was a little demonic, but he didn't complain about the length. Giggity. So that's fine. I mean, we're making progress there, Crafty. Lloyd is in the chat. Irish is in the chat. We got Paul in there. Is Paul in there? I thought I saw Paul might be in there. Yep. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Lloyd in the chat says, as Paulie once said, maybe that's where I saw Paul. As Paulie once said, give me the gravy. That's it, baby. Irish Panic in the chat. He says, doesn't a team often win the week after? I'm saying that post-coach firing bump is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is real, and it may just happen. And again, it's not 1,000%. It's not a foolproof thing, as Crafty does bring up. The Titans this year, they fired Brian Callahan, and the following week did not go great for the Tennessee Titans. So it's not a guarantee. It's not an absolute, but the odd, the chances are teams usually play better at least that first week after the post-coach firing bump. Hell, Jeff Saturday won his first game as a head coach after the Indianapolis Colts had fired. Who the hell was their coach when they made Saturday the interim coach? I forget. But either way, like even Jeff Saturday won a game. So when you look at it from that perspective, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anyway, if you'd like to help us out here on Stay Tuned Sports, you can do so by hitting that like button. Helps us out with the YouTube algorithm and the gods and whatever. I think it still helps. It might not. I don't know. I think it changed. YouTube's always changing shit. So that's why I'm just kind of, some people look at the analytics. They go inside the YouTube and look behind the thing and be like, oh, well, this, that, and the other. And we've got this many people. Listen, I'm not that smart. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm on here. I talk about football games. I talk about football. I talk about sports. That's all I do. I think the likes help. They might. I have no idea. If you hit that share button as well, let people know that we exist. That will also help us as well. And, of course, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and hopefully being monetized here on YouTube. If you want to help us out in a little bit more direct fashion, you can do so in the top of the chat and in the description below. We have links, first off, for our donation station. You want to donate some money? You want to just donate? That's fantastic. We'll take it, and we'll absolutely appreciate it. If you want to get your name in a ticker, though, you're going to have to donate more than Pecan, who currently is the leader in the clubhouse with $110 donated to the program. If you want to go ahead and get your name in a ticker, it has to be more than $110, but we will appreciate any and all amounts donated. We also have a link for our merch store. I don't know why Flubber's done that one. But the merch store, link at the top of the chat and description, where, of course, we have our, and I think Dolphins fans were looking for this today, our Fuck the Ref shirts, available both in hoodie and T-shirt forms. It comes pre-pixelated, so you don't have to offend anybody with the visual term, but they'll know what you're talking about, and I bet you they'll agree with you as well. Every fan base can agree. Fuck the Refs. Available right now at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store. Link at the top of the chat in the description, or just go to bit.ly/staytunedmerch. That's bit.ly/staytuned merch. King, do you know who the Iceman is? I caught the ass end of that Caleb Williams interview. Who the hell's calling him Iceman? Nobody's calling him Iceman. Crafty says, is Otzi the Iceman? Oh, not an Otzi reference. Look at that. The old Alpine man up there. Very nice call. Giants are going to get the ball first here. And the kick is away. The Giants get it at the goal line, returning to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, down to the 35-yard line of the New York Giants, and that is where they will start this game. Irish George Gervin, Dean Malenko, Richard Kulinski. Crafty was thinking of Kulinski. Well, there was Matty Ice. You had a couple Icemen, especially in the NBA. There were, like you said, George Gervin was the Iceman. I don't remember. Was Dean Malenko Iceman? I don't remember them calling him Iceman. He might have been. Great wrestler, though, Dean Malenko. Matt Tactician like none other. 1st and 10. Jameis hands off here to Tracy, and that's going to be a yard gain, if that. 2nd and 9 coming up here for the New York Football Giants. I'm going to be honest with you. The name doesn't ring a bell. So that's just probably on me. Going to be another handoff here to Tracy. He gets it up to the 40, so a gain of 4. 3rd and 5 coming up here. As long as he's known as Iceman, and as long as he wasn't, what was that, the Sub-Zero knockoff? Who was that? That was Glacier. Remember Glacier? Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about now. We're at Kulinski. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's part of the criminal enterprise. He had ties to the Scranton mob, too. So 3rd and 5, Jameis back to throw, looks, and got wide open, caught, first down at the Packers' 40-yard line. Jameis Winston with his first pass, and that's a first down. Wan'Dale Robinson with the reception. Let's go. Irish with the, yeah, I'm doing. Oh, God. WCW back in the day was, hey, I got an idea. Kids seem to like that Mortal Kombat game. So what if we just create a character just like that, name something different, and that'll be the wrestler's name? Most people got paid millions of dollars for that shit. Tracy on a screen pass on first down, gets 4 yards. 2nd and 6 upcoming here for the Giants. Grossi saying the Buccaneers currently are running through the Bills. Tracy getting some work, gets the first down to the 28-yard line. First down, Giants, as they are making a pretty good drive here on their opening drive of the first quarter. Kings in Mortal Kombat before GTA 6. Well, that was like when I used to play Tekken, I used to always pick King because his name was King. So I was like, he's a professional wrestler, wears a Jaguar mask, and his name is King. Fuck, I'm playing that guy. Are we serious? I'm not going to play as King? Fuck off. First and 10. Oh, Winston looks to throw to Johnson, the tight end, incomplete. It was double covered there. Irish is like, oh, now Tyrone Tracy wants to do good since I cut him off my fantasy team. It's early days. Give it a second. Yeah, Tekken was great, dude. Tekken was great. So 2nd and 10. Winston throws over the middle, wide open, caught. And that's going to be 1st and goal for the Giants. They just got Isaiah Hodgins back, and he gets the Giants to 1st and goal. Hand off to Tracy. He's going to get down to the 5. 2nd and goal for the Giants. Crafty says Winston already outperforming Wilson. I get Crafty, that is not a high bar. That wasn't a high bar. But again, it also brings up the question, has Russell Wilson really played himself out of the Hall of Fame? It seemed like when he was in Seattle, it was a foregone conclusion. Not only was it a Hall of Famer, he was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now it's a question of, does he even go into the Hall of Fame? That's crazy. That's crazy. Singletary goes, touchdown! New York Giants! And the Giants start this game fast on the first drive, opening possession touchdown. We're already doing so much better than we ever did under Brian Daboll. Fuck that guy. I'm sorry, I said I was going to watch my cursing. That's on me. That's on me. Younghoe Koo, snap, hold, kick, up, good. 7-0 New York Football Giants over the Green Bay Packers. The Packers' first possession is going to be coming up here. Jimbo in the chat says Wilson deserves to be in the Hall of Fame before Eli. God damn it, Jimbo. Why? Jimbo. I love you, buddy. You're my brother. You're my friend. But shut the fuck up. See, look it. I'm trying not to curse, and you're making me curse, Jimbo. It's all on you. That's on you. We're trying to make the channel profitable here, and you're making me curse, and I got the worst mouth you ever heard on anybody. Lloyd says Lloyd agrees. Lloyd says he'll go into the record books of existing. That's about it. It's just weird. It's just weird how just leaving Seattle crush it. Like without Pete Carroll, without the Seahawks, he went from absolute Hall of Fame quarterback. Not a question. It wasn't even a question. Like when they would have games on him, it was like future Hall of Famer Russell Wilson takes on so and so, San Francisco in this divisional matchup. Like that's how it was. That's how it was. He was always billed towards the end there, and it was like it made sense. Yeah, no, he's clearly Hall of Fame worthy. And then the 2 years in Denver, the way it ended in Denver with Sean Payton. Then his time in Pittsburgh, not great. And then this disastrous run with the Giants. I mean, Eli should have been a first ballot. Just simply because of winning the Super Bowls against the Patriots. They did, especially the undefeated one. I'm sorry. Plus that 2011 NFC Championship game against the 49ers. To me, that was his Hall of Fame moment. People want to talk about the Super Bowls, that's fine. That 2011 NFC Championship game where the Niners just beat the ever-living shit out of him, and he just got up, shrugged it off, and kept performing at just an insane level. That, to me, made Eli a Hall of Famer. And not only that, like, look at his playoff record. I think he's lost 2 games in the playoffs or something like that. He's something like 8-2, 9-2 in the playoffs. Like, fucking ridiculous when it comes to, like, when you need, like, in the big moments, in the big games, Eli was there, man. And that's the bottom line. That's the key. So that's why Eli should have been in. And the fact that he wasn't a first ballot this year is a travesty and a sham. Just tear the building down. It's not worthy of being there. All right, and kickoff. Packers get it at about the 13-14, and then he tries to go backwards. He reestablishes, and the Giants jump all over him. They're going to give him forward progress up to about the 24. But that'll be about as far as it goes, and the Packers will take the field. Jordan Love but what is true? What do you? I don't know, Lloyd. You're being weird. Okay, yeah, Dobbins out for. Although they said he might be back if the Broncos make the Super Bowl. They said he might be back, but I don't know about that. We've got movement, and we've got our first flag of the game. And I'm going to say encroachment on the Giants. They give it on old Sexy Dexy. Buccaneers, they got themselves a touchdown. Indeed, they do. Or yet, not yet. I guess it's coming up here. They have first and goal at the 7. I'm imagining you're spoiling the out of town scoreboard there. So on 1st and 5, the Packers get about 6 yards, 6 or 7, and that's going to be a first down for the Packers. Easy first down for the Packers. Love on 1st and 10. Knocked away. Brian Burns with the defensive effort there. 2nd and 10 now for the Go Pack Go. As they are on their 37-yard line. Why am I so... I never know if I'm low in the frame, if I'm high in the frame. I mean... kind of always high in the frame, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. ELS isn't here, which I'm surprised by. He just might be too focused. On this game. It's a big game for the Packers here. 2nd and 10, thrown out of the backfield to Jacobs. He's going to tightrope the sideline and gets a big gain. First down, Packers. And the Packers now are sitting close to midfield, maybe past it. Yeah. There's the 4. Yep. Apka's throwing a challenge flag out. They're going to say they're going to challenge whether he stepped out or not. We'll see. That might be out, but that's not a clear view. That looks like there might still be green there. You got to see. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a successful challenge. I was going to say the Bucks seem to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they got to settle for a field goal there. The Panthers, they got a touchdown in Atlanta. They're up 6-0 pending the extra point. The Buccaneers got their field goal. They're up 3-0 currently in Buffalo. You gotta be able to get more than that. Pittsburgh up 7-0 in Cincinnati. And the Panthers do indeed get the extra point. So they're up 7-0, 3-0 Tampa Bay over Buffalo. No score between the Chargers and Jaguars. No score between the Bears and Vikings. Giants, of course, in this game, as you can see, up 7-0. The Steelers up 7-0 on the Bengals. And Houston and Tennessee with no score. And as seen previously, Miami won in overtime over the Washington Redskins 16-13 in what was an absolute slop fest. And I'm glad that I didn't wake up early to watch that piece of shit game. Crafty letting us know that the Panthers in that drive converted a 4th and 2 to continue the drive and to then get into the end zone for a touchdown. So I said that seemed like a game where the Panthers could win. It's why I picked the Panthers in that game. Let's see if they indeed can keep up the pace and make me look smart, which is very hard to do. And that's it for now. That is all the games happening as of now. I broke my chair, by the way. Not the whole chair. I broke one of the casters came off. But not the whole caster. One of the wheels on the casters came off. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'm not sure why that happened. But the thing is like just sheared off. Like it is off. So I'm not sure. I don't know if I could buy. I'm going to have to look and see if I can buy casters for this chair, just a separate caster, to see if I can buy it. And first of all, I got to see how much it is, because 17 cents in the bank account, so that's not going to, I got to see what I can do. Maybe I can cannibalize somebody's. I don't know. Lloyd says, see, folks, King missed my comment because the ADHD. No, that's it. I'm talking about, you just like, listen, if you ever needed, proof of ADHD, here it is. Love running for his life here on 1st and 10. The challenge was no good, by the way. So the Giants are already going to be down a timeout. Second and 10, 9:06 remaining here in the first quarter. Packers just past the 50, right on the Giants' 48-yard line. Love, back, looks, throws. Incomplete. Who was that, Musgraves? Yeah, Musgrave was the intended receiver, the tight end, who's got to try to replace Tucker Kraft, which is a tall fucking order. But he drops the ball. He caught it. That might have been a fumble. He caught it and turned. Is that a football move? Throw another flag, Kafka. Why not? Waste them all now. Oh, it went out of bounds. Okay, so it went out of bounds anyway. Jacobs was in the medical tent for the Packers. So now here we go. 3rd and 11. Back at the 49. Love. Rolls to the right, getting pressure. Steps up, throws. It's going to be dropped. Romeo Doubs had it right in his hands. That would have been a massive gain in the first down for the Packers. Instead, it's 4th and 11, and they have to punt. Crafty says, Packers, more like the slackers so far. And again, the king of the dad jokes in the chat. It's it once again, Crafty Southpaw. Thank you so much for all that you do. Making the dad jokes so that I don't have to. Although I still make my own. Nice drop by Captain Bobblehead. kick is away. And that punt is go. Whoa, that was dangerous. Not sure what we're doing there, Olszewski. But the Giants do get the ball back. It was bouncing. Oh, did it touch a Packer? That's why. As long as it touches a Packer, then you can do whatever you want. But the Giants are going to get the ball down to about the 15-yard line, and that's where they're going to start their second drive. Giants currently lead 7-0 over the Green Bay Packers here on this early Sunday afternoon slate. Certainly glad that you guys could join us. My name is King. This is Stay Tuned Sports. If you'd like to help us out in any way possible, and if, again, it's at your discretion, at your leisure. You can go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let everybody know that we exist. That is a fantastic option as well. And, of course, if this is your first time here, go ahead. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little notification bell, too. Let you know whenever we go live. Usually we have to, we've been trying to get more on a schedule. It's hit or miss. This is why it's good to have the bell. It's good to have the bell. Let you know, hey, we upload something. We're going live with something. You're going to get notified, and you'll know. And then, like Crafty says, we got to sit through 8 hours of the countdown, and the live stream is starting and thing. We got an 8-hour countdown to go through. Blah, 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 blah. And then you can sit there in the chat and complain with Crafty while I go ahead and play the countdown. And, it's fun. It's fun. It's interactive. It's interactive. You'll have a blast. You guys will have a blast in the chat, just making fun of me and all the things I like to do, because it's like, I found a new video. I found a video thing I can do. Ooh, I got to put it out there. Which is part of the reason I'm doing it is literally because I get goofy with the video editing software. Falcons, they get a touchdown, and they're extra point away from tying the game with the Panthers. They're at the Butthole Dome in Atlanta. So there we go. Got a nice one going on there. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I call it the Butthole Dome. Some people call it the Stankonia Dome to honor, our good friends there at Outcast. Mr. Andre 3000. Bombs Over Baghdad, still one of the best songs ever made. Crafty, I can't trust your early calls because you said the Buccaneers had a touchdown and then it had to come back. So now you're saying the Bengals have a touchdown. When I see the little thing up there pop up and say Bengals, oh, I did say it. Okay. Oh, the Bengals touchdown. I can't trust you. I can't trust. Oh, okay. You know it already says it. All right. Then you're fine. You're fired, Crafty. You're fine. First and 10 coming up here for the New York Gigantes from their own 15-yard line. Jameis under center. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff here to Tracy, and Tracy's going to get a decent yardage on that one, 5 to 6 yards. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Singletary, not Tracy. My apologies. Second down to about 5 upcoming. Oh, but we got a flag. Uh-oh. Holding on the Giants, they're going to call. Then they're going to say illegal block in the back. So there were 2 flags on the Giants. So that knocks it up to 3 flags. Jesus. They're calling Hodgins. That's like, Jesus Christ. How did... Fuck the Ref shirts, hoodie, and t-shirt available over at bit.ly/staytunedmerch. Link at the top of the chat and in the description below. Jameis takes the snap. It's going to be another handoff, and this is going to be, again, about a gain of 4 or 5 yards there for Singletary. So the Bengals got a touchdown. Did they miss the extra point? The Bengals missed the extra point? That's crazy. Second and 13. It's a completion of 2 yards. That's really not going to do anything. Hyatt with the catch, which is surprising that Hyatt caught a ball. So 3rd and very long coming up here for the Giants. Penalty really put them in a bind. So 3rd and 9. Giants have to get to the 25-yard line. Throws, bounced into the air, and falls incomplete. Lucky that wasn't picked. And it goes incomplete, 4th and 9. Giants are going to have to punt deep from their own end. The Bills, they get a touchdown. Crafty says it was due to a Josh Allen tush-push situation that got him pushed into the end zone. I would much rather do that with Haley Steinfeld, but what are you going to do? Boy, that hit Valentine right in the chest. How do you not intercept that? I don't know. Boy. So, again, the Giants lucky to get away with that. Jameis throwing some Jameis balls. We knew that was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. Like I said, at this point, that's all gravy to me. But the Giants punt the ball away, and that's going to drop at the 38-yard line. And that's where the Packers will take over at their own 38 when they come back from commercial here. Giants 7, Packers nothing at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Listen, we have a lead, which means you're probably going to blow it, and that's fine. But like I said, at this point, we fired Daboll. Everything's gravy. Everything is gravy from this point. Everything is gravy from this point. Doing a whip around here. What do we got here? Panthers and Falcons still at 7. We know the Bills now have a 7-3 lead on the Buccaneers. The Chargers, go Chargers, go. They have a 3-0 lead over Jacksonville.
Chargers, go.
The Bears and Vikings still no score. Pittsburgh 7, Cincinnati 6. Apparently they missed an extra point on a touchdown. And Houston and Tennessee have no score. Which I kind of called that one. That might have been a bit of a boring game. Kind of like Miami and Washington. And I turned out to be pretty prophetic about that one. Jimbo says, rumor is they're firing Shane Bowen and bringing in Brian Daboll as the new defensive coordinator, except that Brian Daboll is an offensive guy, an offense coordinator. So, I mean, this isn't a Matt Patricia situation with the Patriots there, Jimbo. I appreciate the effort. But let me see. We got anything going on with not that. I need why am I losing my? There we go. Where's Twitter? What's Twitter up to? Anything happening on the Twitter? Calvin Ridley has been carted off the field for the Titans in the Titans and Texans game. That's not good. His return is listed as questionable. As we see some Packer fans with cheese top hats in the stands, and those people are fucking dorks. 1st and 10 for the Packers from their own 38-yard line. There's a pitch back here to Jacobs, and he's going to get a gain of about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 upcoming. Jimbo in the chat says, okay, question. Fall season. When touring the mood for something hot, do you go tomato soup or chili? I don't know what touring the mood for something. I'm not sure that particular turn of phrase there, Jimbo. I know it's Jimbo Gage. I understand that. I like both. It really depends. The tomato soup has to be accompanied by grilled cheese. Got to have the grilled cheese with tomato soup. That just goes, or at least some crackers. Chili and rice. You get nice chili, and it has to be at least a 2 or 3 day old chili. Love, he was running himself, slid down. He said, "Oh, he got hit. He didn't. He was missed as he already slid down. So there's no flag there. Relax." But he slid early, so it's only a 3rd and 1 as the play stops from the point of the start of the slide. So 3rd and 1, only a 4-yard gain there for Jordan Love. Okay, instead of touring, it's like when you're the mood for something. So I'm gonna try to decipher this, Jimbo. It says fall season, when you're in the mood for something hot. There we go. Do you go tomato soup or chili? I like both. Jacobs, he stopped initially and then just gets over the line of scrimmage and the first down marker. So on a 3rd and 1, it appears to be converted for the Packers as they're going to be lined up right there at about the 50-yard line. And it is indeed a first down, 1st and 10 for the Packers. That's going to be marked right at the 48, so not even at the 50. He got right to the line, the line to gain. Oh, a little trickeration, a little reverse here for the Packers, and that's going to work. Down to the 40, down to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. 1st down, Packers. Bo Melton with the gain. Love, play action, looks, throws off the hands of Musgrave again. No, that's not Musgrave. That's 86. And there's a flag. Holding on the Packers. Oh, that was John Fitzpatrick. Oh, John the Fitzpatrick boy. Highty-tighty-tighty-tighty. He can't hold on to the football, you see, laddies. Highty-tighty-tighty-tighty-tighty. So 1st and 20 now, all the way back at the 44-yard line. Jordan Love steps back, surveying the field, getting some pressure, escapes the pressure. Now pumps it. Now he's going to pull it and run it down. Gets 1, 2, 3 yards. Takes a bit of a shot there, and he looks a little razzle-dazzled. He looks a little flustered there. Crafty says the Jaguars have gotten themselves a touchdown. Finally, somebody threw a pie in that game. 7-3, Jacksonville leads over the Chargers. Oh, he got hit, helmet right to shoulder, and they're taking Love out of the game. Love is coming out. Yeah, I was going to say, he got popped right in the shoulder, and that's what he's looking at. He's trying to rotate that shoulder. Malik Willis warming up on the sideline. Jimbo says dirty hit. Jimbo, you're an Eagles fan. You have no place to talk about what's dirty and what's not. But, yeah, Jordan Love got popped right in the shoulder as he tried to run the ball. He's going to the blue medical tent now. ELS finally shows up in the chat and says, oh, no, Love is hurt. Fuck. Play clock was running down. Green Bay is going to call their first time out. So both teams now down. At least one time out. The Giants because of a failed challenge. The Packers. To give Malik Willis a little bit more time to warm up and get the play ready on the sidelines as Jordan Love out of the game right now after taking a shot right to the shoulder. Jimbo says, yeah, but I've yelled the Buddy Ryan rule. How many times? That's what I'm saying, Jimbo. I'm just saying. Crafty's saying that the refs just gifted the Steelers with a 4th down conversion in their game with the Bengals. Paul in the chat joining us. Great to see you, Paul. Says the Packers have not looked very good lately. And that's what I mean. Not just this game. Yeah, clearly so far, because this game is still very early on. But in the last couple of weeks, they have not looked particularly great. So here we go. 2nd and 16. Malik Willis is going to hand off here. And that's going to be Brooks with the carry. Chris Brooks gets the carry there and gets a decent chunk of yardage on that particular play. Crafty says, watch Willis shred the Giants now. Could be. That could also be the other thing there. So 2nd and 16 to 3rd and 8. 8-yard gain on that 2nd down play. Giants defense trying to hold the Packers here and hold them to perhaps just a field goal attempt. Willis is going to he's going to pull it down and run it himself, and he's going to get the 1st down and more. Down to the 15-yard line is Malik Willis. How the Giants allowed that to happen. Oh, we have Shane Bowen as the defensive coordinator, so that's why. Should have fired him along with Daboll, but we did not, of course. So that is what it is. Paul says, Malik Willis, he beat my Colts' ass last year. To be fair, Paul, the Colts, last year the Colts were not world beaters, you know. So with that, fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Looks like Jordan Love's going to the locker room. Uh-oh. But from the 16-yard line, the Packers are set up Willis under center. It's going to be another handoff here to Jacobs. Jacobs is going to run it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5 upcoming. Yes, Crafty. I said that. I already said that. I said Love heading to the locker room. Not great. That is not great. Orange and blue in the chat. How you doing? Good to see you. Your Broncos have a very big game today against the Kansas City Chiefs up there at Mile High Stadium. So 2nd and 4 from the Giants' 10-yard line. 42 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Long time no see indeed, brother. Long time no see indeed. 52 seconds remaining. Packers doing a shift now. Malik Willis rolls out to his left, passes it completed to Fitzpatrick, and it's caught 1st and goal for the Packers. Down at about the Giants' 5-yard line. So the Packers are knocking on the door, looking to try and close this game out. Orange and blue in the chat says, I am scared. My Broncos, I prepare for trauma. Today you might. Like I said, I've predicted I think the Chiefs are going to mollywop you guys, unfortunately, and it could happen. We'll see, though. The Broncos need to prove everybody wrong because they have not done so far this year. People are thinking they're the worst 8-2 team in the history of the NFL. I tend to be in agreement with that. I don't think they play very well. We'll see what happens here. But it is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the first quarter. The New York Giants head into the second quarter, leading 7-0, but the Packers knocking on the door. They are right there, ready to go ahead and tie this game up with the Giants with a touchdown and an extra point. So we will see what happens when they come back from the commercial break here. Bills still lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-3. Carolina and Atlanta still tied at 7-all. Jacksonville with a 7-3 lead over the Chargers. Minnesota, they are the first one on the boards there at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, 3-0 over the Chicago Bears. We have still a 7-6 game in Pittsburgh between the Steelers and the Bengals. And Tennessee still leads just 3-0 over the Houston Texans, although Calvin Ridley, we have found out, was carted off and is currently listed as questionable due to an ankle injury. It seems like that might be even more. Jordan Love has officially been listed as questionable to return by the Green Bay Packers. Left shoulder injury, as he took a hit right to that shoulder by trying to run. And that's why you don't do that, especially when you're injury prone. But like somebody said here, it's like, yeah, no, maybe they've been struggling with Love, but with Malik Willis in there, maybe it works. Maybe it works. Crafty saying that Mayfield has scored a touchdown, but that he got dumped on his head afterwards. Is he okay? That's going to be the question. Apparently, the Bengals are just converting so many third downs that Tone Diggs from the Pat McAfee show is just drinking on every third down conversion. He's very upset with his defense on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I can understand that. So here we go for the Packers. First and goal from the Giants' 5-yard line. Malik Willis under center. He's going to take the snap. It's going to be a handoff here to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to be close. What's the official word? I think he's in. And they're going to say he's just short. They're going to say he's half a yard short of the first down. Second and goal from the half-yard line for the Packers. Casey in the chat saying the Packers overspending first-round draft picks on Parsons, not knowing how mediocre Love is, will make Green Bay miss the playoffs for a decade. Oh, no! On second and goal, tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and now it's third and goal for the Packers. Oh, man, I thought that was going to be an easy, just 1, 2, 3 in. Instead, Jacobs gets hit and then immediately drops to his knees. Loss of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. Third and goal from the 2. Willis under center. Takes the snap. Play action. Rolls to his right. Looks. Throws. It looks like the not intended receiver caught it, but it doesn't matter because it is caught, and it is a touchdown for the Green Bay Packers. Christian Watson is able to get his hands on that. Did he just throw that? I think he just threw it up. And it was good defense, man. The giant defender Banks there did have his hands on the ball, but could not pry it loose. That's good strength from Watson. You got to give credit where credit is due. Watson really just had great strength on that one, and that's the difference. And there you go. So the Packers, an extra point away from tying this game up at 7. Casey in the chat says, oh, you already said that, Casey. I apologize, Casey. So with 13:54 here in the second, Packers snap, hold, kick is up, and that is, where the hell were you kicking that? That is no good. Luke Havrisky? Is that it? Lucas Havrisik? McManus is not playing in this game, but it doesn't matter. He kicked that thing halfway to fucking Teterboro. And so the Giants maintain a 1-point lead over the Green Bay Packers, 7-6. Oh, boy. ELS. Can't be happy about that one. Yes, we know. Jordan Love is still officially questionable to return. So looking at some of these games, the Buccaneers now have a 10-7 lead after the Baker Mayfield touchdown. Atlanta, they have scored a touchdown. They are up now 13-7, pending the extra point against Carolina. Still 7-3 in Jacksonville between the Jaguars and the Chargers. Minnesota still up 3-0 over the Bears. Pittsburgh still up 7-6 on the Bengals, as the Giants are up 7-6 on the Packers. Both the Packers and the Bengals missing extra points that would have tied the game. And Tennessee still up 3-0 on Houston. Orange in his chat says flashbacks. The Giants have flashbacks. I have flashbacks. I never did acid, so I don't have the flashbacks, thank God. Orange, who scored? I have Bijan. I don't know who scored. I don't have that in front of me as of this particular moment. Packer fans upset. It's like always something. Yeah, we good. We got that back. And, now Josh Jacobs is going back to, oh, my God. Injury central here for the Packers. Love with the shoulder. The Packers are using a holder to kick the ball off as it is windy here in North Jersey. Oh, God. I thought the Giant was broken in half, hit right in the kidney, and it turns out the Packer that hit Banks on the return hurt himself more. I thought Banks was going to not be the one not getting up, as it looks like he got broken in half. Instead, it appears to be another shoulder injury for the Packers, this time instead of getting tackled, on the tackle. Oh, my God. So the Packers just can't catch a break here with the injuries, and none of it has to do with the MetLife turf, which is the most surprising part of all of this. You'd figure it'd be the MetLife turf that's killing these people. Instead, it's hitting people. It's people getting hit and people getting hit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy, man. It's crazy. ELS says, I see that we missed the extra point. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So it kicked it. So it was like he was kicking it directly right. It was not close. It wasn't like, it's leaning. It started going that way. It was kicked straight, but it was kicked straight to the right. It was nuts. Buffalo, they've gotten a touchdown to again take the lead against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up there in Orchard Park, about 20 miles outside of Buffalo, which, again, is a lot farther away than where East Rutherford and Giants Stadium is currently located from downtown New York City. Just wanted to point that out. But there, he taking a 13-10 lead, pending the extra point. It will be a 14-10 lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Atlanta, they did convert the extra point, so they're up 14-7 on the Panthers. And there are no other scoring changes to say. Orange very excited. in the chat saying, yeah, let's go Bills. He's excited to see the Bills go ahead and beat the Buccaneers. Not sure why, but hey, go nuts. La-da-dee-la-dee-da-la-dee-doo. Josh Jacobs now is officially questionable to return today due to a knee injury. It seemed like it was bothering him from the start, so I don't know if that's something that he had going into this game or not, but... Oh, that's right, Orange. I forgot. You're from Wyoming. That's why you root for Josh Allen. Because of that. That's my bad. That's my bad. I didn't remember. I apologize, Orange. I forgot. Sorry. Meant to remember that one thing. Sorry. So 1st and 10 for the Giants. Going to be a handoff to Tyrone Tracy, and he's going to get a yard. 2nd and 9. I'm coming. Winston's lined up here. He's in shotgun. Giants are facing a 2nd and 9. Winston rolls out to his right, looks, throws. That's going to be caught by Wandale at the 30. Going to be 3rd and 3. Giants got to get to the 33 for a first down. Giants wearing their throwback all-white legacy uniforms. So 3rd and 3. Giants have 7 rushing, 7 passing attempts here. Looks, throw, caught by Wandale, and it's good enough for a first. Now they're saying incomplete. Now they're saying he was bobbling it. That was caught, and he bobbled it, and now Wandale saying, hey, let's caught. 1, 2. That's a catch and fumble. Caught. 1, 2, moved, then knocked out. That's a fumble. That's a first. That's a catch and fumble out of bounds. Giants ball, first down. And they're not going to do it. So the Giants punt the ball away here in this weird, wacky wind. It's bouncing, picked up at the 25 by the Packers, returned to the 41. And that's where they will start. And there's a flag. Giants should have challenged that because that was a catch. Holding on the Packers, 10-yard penalty, so they'll start at the 31. Yeah, that's a catch. 3 steps and a football move. I don't understand why you didn't throw it there. It's the first half. You're already lost the challenge, so it doesn't matter. Throw the fucking challenge flag. See what happens. Like, what are we doing? Come on, Kafka. You're interim coach. What are you doing? Come on, just do it. That one probably would have been overturned. That would have been a catch, fumble, Giants ball. I think, anyway. That's what I think. Am I right? Yeah, probably, but I'm right about most things. Pedro in the chat says, those cheating Packers paying off the refs. Paying them off in that lucrative cheese money. Pedro says that was a catch for a first down. I agree. That's why you also sell these Fuck the Ref shirts. You can get those available right now at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store. Link in the top of the chat and in the description below. Comes pre-pixelated, so you don't have to be worrying about offending anybody in church or, at the HOA or PTA meetings or whatever. But the message gets across, and it's a message that everybody can relate to. Fuck the Refs. Available in hoodie and T-shirt. Link in the top of the chat or in the description, or just go to bit.ly/staytunedmerch. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can get that. By the way, thank you for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King as we're watching along here with the Packers and the Giants. Giants currently with a 1-point lead, 7-6 on the Packers at MetLife Stadium. We're going to see what happens here. If you like any part of this particular broadcast, then why would you? Why would you really? When you think about it, I want to look at this logically. Why would you like anything about this? But if you do, hit that like button. Certainly helps us out tremendously. Hit that share button. Let people know that we exist. That certainly helps as well. And, of course, as always, if this is your first time here or you just haven't done it yet, if maybe this is your 5th time here and you still haven't done it yet, that's okay. I'm not mad at you. Just hit that subscribe button and a notification bell as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and hopefully being monetized here on Stay Tuned Sports. Jordan Love back out on the field, so questionable to return, but he did indeed return. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Packers. Well, they have him all the way back at the 21, so I guess it was from where 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That's going to be a handoff and a gain of 3 yards-ish. Emmanuel Wilson with the carry there on 1st down. With Josh Jacobs in the locker room listed as questionable to return with a knee injury. They gave the Packers 4 yards on that 1st down play for Wilson, so 2nd and 6 upcoming for the Packers. Love steps back, looks to throw, throws in and out of the hands of Dobbs. 2nd drop today by the great Gazoo himself, Romeo Dobbs. 3rd and 6 upcoming. If you can't catch the ball, they're going to stop throwing it to you. And you can't get more open than that, and you can't get a better pass like right on the hands. Unbelievable drop by the great Gazoo. So here we go. 3rd down and 6 yards for the Packers. They have to get to the 31-yard line. Love going up to the line, changing the play. Play clock at 1. They get the snap off. Love throws over the middle. That is going to be caught. Christian Watson catches the ball. 1st down. Packers at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Giants defense doing what Giants defenses do, especially with Shane Bowen as the defensive coordinator. Hey, Tampa Bay, they got a touchdown pending an extra point there, and they got it. It is 17-14 Buccaneers over the Bills currently. So 1st and 10, Love under center, steps back on a play action, looks, throws, just chucks it up, and it's caught by Matthew Golden in Giants territory. It was a duck. It was a terrible throw, but the Giants secondary had broken down on their coverage. Wide open. Bad pass, wide open. Who was that? Was that Flott that got cooked? So now at the Giants' 45-yard line, Love under center. There's a handoff and a gain of a yard, maybe 2. 2nd and 8 upcoming. That Buccaneers touchdown, by the way, Crafty's letting us know it was a 50-yard touchdown run by the Buccaneers. So that game is kind of being what we thought it was going to be. That was definitely going to be the big game of the week. And one of them. Also, Seattle and L.A. is going to be, I think, a really good game. So we have Tampa Bay and Buffalo And we have Seattle and the Rams coming up later. But that game has turned out to be really good. Kratz saying Mayfield runs alongside the running back as he's making his run to cheer for. I love Baker. Jordan Love here on 2nd and 8, throws incomplete pass. Flott, who got cooked on the one pass to Golden, he actually makes the defensive play there. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Giants. Can they get off the field on 3rd down? Actually, Flott didn't make a play. It was just dropped by Dontavian Wicks. So Flott didn't do shit. It was just another drop by the Packers receivers. Pardon me. I almost gave Flott a compliment. That was my bad. My fault. Shouldn't have done that. 3rd and 8. Love and shotgun. Got trips to the right. Takes the snap. Giants are giving pressure, looks, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught, and officials are going to give him the first down. The Giants can't get off the field on 3rd down. I'm going to be like Tone Diggs. I'm going to start drinking on every 3rd down conversion for the opponent. Orange and blue. No, I'm not. If I'm streaming a game, it'll probably be Rams and Seahawks if I do the 4 o'clock game. I'm not 1,000% sure if I'm doing a 4 o'clock game yet or not. But if I do, it'll be Rams Seahawks. Corey Black is down for the Giants in the secondary. Crafty's like, oh, the Packers are back to dropping passes now that Love is back in. Yeah, but the Giants' defense can't get off the field on 3rd down. It's just the worst. There's nothing worse than New York Packer fans. Like New York, New Jersey Packer fans. Like, what are you doing? Orange says, well, I got to go watch the Bills. Have fun with that game's that game's fun to watch, my brother. That game is fun to watch. So go have fun with that Orange. Orange and blue every day in the chat. Thank you for joining us. And you can join us in the chat as well. Chat is open. Come in and say hi, say hello, say how you doing. Join the community. And, hey, you say whatever you want. You can roast me, roast the Giants, roast the other people in here. I'm sure, there's a lot of people in here that could be roasted. They're very roastable people. We're very roastable people here on Stay Tuned Sports. Look at Jameis on the sidelines, trying to keep the Giants motivated, trying to keep the Giants elevated. That's why I like that cat, man. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Packers because the Giants cannot get off the field on 3rd down. 9-10 and counting remaining in the 2nd quarter. Love is in shotgun. It's from the 35, as I mentioned before. Love's going to hand this one off, and that's going to be good for 2 yards. Phillips is upset by something. I don't know what it is. Probably because he sucks at his job. That could be. Wilson with the carry there for the Packers. 2 yards, 2nd and 8 upcoming. Love is under center this time. Kind of a big package here. This looks like a run, and it is not. It's a play action. Christian Watson is covered. Love looks, throws. That's going to be caught. Romeo Doubs actually catches the ball. And that's going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Packers. It's just outside the 10-yard line from what it looks like. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from where? About the 12, it seems. Giants defense just folding like a cheap suit here. Jordan Love, handoff on 1st down, and that's going to go for a touchdown. Jesus fucking Christ. And with that, The Packers now lead 12-7, pending either the extra point or 2-point conversion. If you want to try the extra point again, that'd be hilarious. Somebody do something about that guy in the stands. Nobody wants that guy. Nobody wants to see that guy. They're going to go for an extra point again here. Snap, hold, this kick is up, and it is going wide, but they're going to say it's good. So there you go. The Packers now lead the Giants 13-7 after the Giants started off the game with a touchdown on their first drive. They have been unable to get a first down since. They got a first down, but the referee called it an incomplete pass when it clearly wasn't. But what are you going to do? It's the Giants. They're 2-8. Who gives a shit at this point? Checking on some of these other games that are going on right now. Atlanta still with a 14-7 lead on the Panthers. The Buccaneers still with a 17-14 lead on the Bills. Jacksonville now has a 14-6 lead on the Chargers. The Bears have scored a touchdown and taken a lead in Minnesota. They're up 7-3. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati still at 7-6. That seems like that game would be just staring at a wall. And speaking of staring at walls, Tennessee still with a 3-0 lead on Houston. So that's where we're sitting here with the 1 o'clock games. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. What do we got here? Anything going on Twitter? What do we got going on here? If you guys got any questions, anything you want to ask, chat is open. Come in, say hi, say hello. Make a comment. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you do. Come in and say whatever you want. I don't care. %58% of the people think that Green Bay is going to win this game, by the way, according to our poll. ELS in the chat says, go Pack, go. ELS, you're from Wisconsin, so you're allowed to say that. People who are from New York and root for the Packers. And you know who you are. Those guys, like you see those guys in the stands like now, it's like a bunch of dorks. What a bunch of dorks. Like if you're from Wisconsin, you're from the Midwest or something, yeah, I get going for the Green Bay Packers, whatever. Or you're from New York City? You're from the New York area? You're from the North Jersey, this whole New York City metropolitan area? And you're gonna root for the Packers? Root for the Packers? So you're fine, ELS. As a Packers fan, you're fine. I just did kind of see that Josh Allen got intercepted again. Giants going to return this kick to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, down to the 32-yard line. Banks with the return for the Giants. ELS says, how bad is Jacobs' injury? I'm on my way home. He's listed as questionable to return, ELS. He's listed as questionable to return with a knee injury. Nothing. It appeared like it was something bothering him from the start of the game, so I'm not sure what it was. Jordan Love, he had a shoulder injury taken on a hit, helmet to the shoulder. Rather hard hit on a run, but he's back in clearly, and he led the Packers to a touchdown drive here. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Handoff to Tracy. Good for 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Giants. So it seems like Jacobs most likely is not going to be coming back in this game. Jameis under center. It's going to be another handoff here to Tracy, and he's going to lose a yard. And they whistled it dead after he broke. He broke loose, but they whistled it dead, so it doesn't matter. ELS says this is a better first half for the Packers than the last two. You're playing the Giants, ELS. Oh, we're playing really well against a dog shit team. This is incredible. Yeah. It's amazing what happens when you play a team whose defense is run by Shane Bowen. It's amazing what happens. 3rd and 7 coming up here. There's no way they gave him a yard on that. Or did he already have a yard and they just say he didn't gain anything? That doesn't make any sense. Well, Jameis is in shotgun now. Tracy in the backfield with him. Giants moved early on that one. I saw that one. Yep. Yeah, it says, King, I need some excitement, mother. Gee, ELS. My God. Such language. Are you coming back from church, ELS? Such language. Unbelievable. Boy, Atlanta, they put another touchdown on the board, and they are putting belt to ass on Carolina right now, 21-7. After the penalty, gets it to Tyrone Tracy out of the backfield. He escapes the tackle, and he's going to get a first down and more down to the 50-yard line. The Packers had Tyrone Tracy for a 3-yard loss. And instead, Tyrone Tracy breaks it, gets a first down, and gets the Giants down to the 50-yard line. They had him tackled at the 22-yard line. Tyrone Tracy, as soon as he made the first tackle or miss, got a big, big gain. So the Giants, first down and 10 from the 50. Jameis hands off to Tyrone Tracy again. Tracy's going to get 5 yards down to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5, Giants. Coming up now in Green Bay Packer territory. 5:06, 5:05, 5:04 remaining here in the second quarter. Shotgun for Winston. He steps back, looks, quick throw, caught, and that's going to be a first down at the 37.5-yard line. Isaiah Hodgins with the reception. So 1st and 10, Giants. Winston takes the snap under center. It's going to be a handoff here to Tracy. Tracy is going to get about 5 yards again, then pushed all the way back, but it doesn't matter. He got the 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Giants. J.J. McCarthy has been intercepted by the Bears. Second and 5. We're in the shadows now here of MetLife Stadium. Winston takes the snap, looks, throws. It's going to be caught by Hodgins again. It looks like he's going to be about a yard short. 3rd and 1 upcoming here for the Giants. Apparently Justin Herbert just got dumped on his head in the game in Jacksonville. People are saying that the refs are letting him play like it's the 1970s on an old CBS intro. By the way, with that interception, the Bears have 21 takeaways this season. That is 4 more than any other team currently right now. Third and 1. It's going to be a quarterback sneak with Jameis, and Jameis is going to get that, and he's still getting pushed, and he's all the way down to the 18-yard line. Is Jameis Winston. First down, Giants. 2:46, 2:45, 2:44 remaining here in the second quarter. I was going to say not a tush push because there's nobody behind him, but he breaks through the line, gets it, And then, believe it or not, it looks like the Packers are pulling. The Packers pulled him. The Packers got him an extra couple of yards on that one. Thank you, Green Bay. People from Wisconsin are very generous people. So from the 18-yard line, Winston, handoff to Singletary. Singletary gets 3 yards. And that's going to bring us down to the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. The Green Bay Packers currently with a 13-7 lead over the Giants. Giants are driving, though, here at the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning in MetLife Stadium. Coming back after this break. What do we got going on in some of these other games here as I try to get really close to my monitor to see, because I'm kind of a dork here. Well, let me see. I could make myself. Do that. Why is that like that? That's what I want to do. I want to do that. See what I'm doing here. Giants over down to 15? We're down to 15. Hey, that's not bad. Chargers and Jaguars are at halftime. Jaguars have a 8-point lead in that game, 14-6. Atlanta, they have a 2-touchdown lead. In their game, 21-7. Buffalo is trailing Tampa Bay 17-14. ELS in the chat says, by the way, the Falcons finally learned to give the ball to Bijan. And look what happens. Look what happens when you give the ball to Bijan. Look what I'm just saying. It's going to make me look dumb because I picked Carolina. So. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati still 7-6. Tennessee, Houston still 3-0. Jesus Christ. Chicago up 10-3. Now on Minnesota. I got the coffee burps. Aaron Rodgers scrambled for a first down. Way to go. So here we go. Back from the 2-minute warning. Jameis is under center. Jameis looks for a quick play action. Throws. Looks incomplete. No flag? There's got to be a flag. And there we go, baby. We got ourselves a flag. Pass interference on Johnson in the end zone. Theo Johnson, the intended receiver. That's going to be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Giants. So there was no foul on the. They said there was going to be like roughing the passer on Winston. They said no, that was fine because he was blocked into it, but there was pass interference on the Packers. So that happened in the end zone. That's going to put the Giants down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, New York Football Giants. Handoff to Singletary, and he loses a yard. And you see the one giant player there, I didn't see who it was upset. He was telling Singletary, go here. The blocks were here. This is where you cut in there. And instead he cut in the wrong place, yeah. So now 2nd and goal from the 2 for the Giants. Winston goes under center. Hands it to Singletary again, and this time he gets in. Touchdown! New York Football Giants, and they are an extra point away from taking a 1-point lead in this game. But now the extra point attempt by Younghoe Koo here in a very windy MetLife. So again, this is not a gimme. These are not gimmies here. Snap, hold, kick is up, and oh, it goes through. Oh, Younghoe Koo. Oh, what a kick in difficult circumstances. And with that, the New York Giants once again take a 1-point lead in this game. Giants, they lead 14-13 over the Green Bay Packers. How are we feeling, ELS? How are we feeling with your Go Pack Go? I gotta imagine it's a little squeaky bum time for you guys. You should not be losing like this to the New York Giants. I mean, we can all agree on that. That is something you guys should not be doing. Oh, they have to kick it again. What happened? There was a penalty. What did I miss? I was too busy looking at other shit. There was a penalty? What the fuck did I miss? So, no, Giants don't have a lead. Fuck off. Never mind. That's what I get for not paying attention. Thought the Giants had it. They called a flag on the Giants, apparently. So the fix is in for the officials. I mean, they have to get that. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, fuck the ref shirts available right now. Hoodie and T-shirt both available. Fuck the ref shirts available right now over at your favorite local Stay Tuned Sports merch store. That's over at bit.ly/Stay Tuned merch. That's bit.ly/Stay Tuned merch. And also, those links are available in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. Because, boy, I don't get that. I don't get that. Buffalo gets a touchdown. Just saw that one pop up on the screen there, Crafty. So the Packers get the ball at the 5, return it to the 20, to the 25, to the 27-yard line, and that's where they'll start with 1:05 remaining. Both teams have 2 timeouts, as it were. Crafty says, imagine investing your future in a defense only for it to get steamrolled by the Giants. Jimbo in the chat says they said they threw the flag because you're not cursing enough, so they needed to trigger you. Fuck the ref shirts available. Stay Tuned Sports merch store. Link top chat description. bit.ly. Hoodie and T-shirt both available. So, first down and 10. They called from the 28. He was down at the 27, but whatever. Oh, Love gets hit as he throws the ball, but it's caught. The great Gazoo finally catches a ball, and it's going to be a first down for the Packers. Gain of 11 on 1st and 10. Love looks, throws, incomplete. Again, he was looking for the Gazoo, and he did not get him on that one. 2nd and 10 coming up here. 38 seconds remaining. Packers get the ball first in the second half, by the way, as they had won the toss and deferred. And it looks like now it seems that Dobbs is on the ground injured for the Packers. So that's going to be one less receiver that can drop passes for Jordan Love in this game. I'm just calling it how I see it. Don't get mad at me. And Dobbs is able to get up and jog off the field, so that's good to see. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of him. It can't be a concussion with the fucking pillow he's got on his head. ELS says, damn it, not Dobbs. Really, ELS, that tells me that you certainly haven't been watching this game. Because Romeo Dobbs has been Captain Butterfingers with the ball. He has not been able to catch a ball all game. I think he's got 2 catches on the game, and you just saw one of them. So 2nd and 10. Love. Bad snap. Ball's on the ground. He picks it up, looks, throws, and it's going to be dropped. Fumble. Giants got the ball at the 41. That's a fumble in the Giants' ball. Let's go. It looks like the play was messed up. It was a low snap. Love, instead of just diving on it, picked it up, looked to throw. He completed it to Musgrave. Musgrave got it, started going upfield. Then, as he went upfield, got tackled. Ball came out before the knee was down. Giants got the ball. So the Giants now, with a couple seconds here, I don't know if we can get a field goal, but we got something. Yeah, he knocked it out himself. He tried to tuck it, and when he tucked it, he dropped it. Crafty in the chat goes, Paul says, G-Man. Look at Musgraves, and he's not down yet. Because when he catches the ball, 1, 2, turns, tries to tuck it, and then drops it. That's a catch. That's a catch and fumble. Catch. 1, 2, football move and drops it. Yeah, that's a catch. Fuck the Ref shirts, available hoodie and t-shirts at Stay Tuned Sports merch store, bit.ly. They overturned the call. They said it wasn't a fumble. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These officials in this game have been fucking atrocious. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. .33 seconds, 3rd and 10. Love is in shotgun. High snap for Love. He pulls it down. He's looking, and he falls sacked. And that's going to be about a 5-yard loss there for the Packers.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
So the Giants call a timeout, try to save some time. ELS says, my Venmo payment to the refs worked. I'm sorry. Sorry, me, ELS. So here we go. Oh, the Packers had taken another timeout beforehand. I guess I missed that when they were too busy shafting the Giants. And a very windy MetLife. Boy, that snap was a little weird. That kick is going to be, yeah, that went out somewhere near the 35 or 40. As that MetLife, they're going to say it went out to 28. What? I So the Giants are just going to kneel on the ball. We had a chance to do something there, but instead, what? Wow! Just the Giants lead the Packers at halftime, 13-13. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The officiating in this game has been, I think, as we've all said here, a little sus. It's been a little sus. That first half was brought to you by Stay Tuned Sports. Fuck the ref shirts available over at Stay Tuned Sports merch store, bit.ly/Stay Tuned merch. That's bit.ly/Stay Tuned merch. Link in the top of the chat and in the description below. You can go and get those at your earliest convenience whenever you like. Hoodies and T-shirts, both of those available. Plus our new JETS Just End the Season shirts there are there as well. You can pick some of those up if you feel so inclined. That's fun there. But yeah. That's incredible. That's just incredible. And the Packers get the ball first in the second half. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Did the Buccaneers tie that? Or are they just a point down? They're just a point down. Yeah, okay. It's halftime in Orchard Park. Buffalo 21, Tampa Bay 20. That's a game. That's a hell of a game. Carolina, they got a field goal, so they're now only down 21-10 at halftime. They're already in the third quarter in Jacksonville. Jacksonville leads that game 14-6. The Bears with a 10-3 lead on the Vikings there at U.S. Bank Stadium. They're in halftime. 10-6, the Steelers lead the Bengals. They're in halftime. This game is in halftime. And mercifully, Tennessee and Houston is halftime. 3-0. Not really much to say other than that Tampa Bay and Buffalo game seems to be, that's the game, man. That's the game you want to see. That's a fun one. This one has been whatever. Lloyd in the chat says, ELS, I'm sorry, but your team is pure ass. I mean, we can factor everything in. You say the Giants are going to have the post coach firing bump. Jameis is clearly a better backup than Russ is at this point. So maybe there's something to be said about that. But like outside of a couple of questionable calls from these officials, like that one where Wan'Dale Robinson caught that ball and got the first down, and it fumbled, but it fumbled out of bounds, and they said, "Oh, incomplete. He didn't complete it." And it's like, between that and then that last play where it's just. Here's the thing. I'll say this. If I'm a Packers fan, this first half still makes me very worried about my Packers. This is not a good game. This is not a good time if you're a Packers fan. ELS says, I don't give a shit what you guys are going to tell me about my team. If you think my team sucks, your opinion. I don't think it's we're saying that they suck. I think we're saying that if you're a Packers fan, you should be worried. Because you have not played well over these last couple games. I mean, that Eagles game was bad. And now here you are, you're going into halftime where you probably should be losing to the Giants. And through some, weird penalty call, they took the extra point off the board. So now you're at 13-13 with the Giants, who just fired their coach, who don't have Jaxson Dart playing, who have a ton of injuries, who are 2-8 and not very good. And you're struggling with this team. Like, you can't consider yourself to be a top-flight NFC team if you're struggling against teams like the Giants. Is all I'm saying, ELS. Like, I'm not sitting there saying that the Packers suck. I mean, clearly I think the Packers are a better team than the Giants. Clearly, I mean, just look at it from the face of it. But, like, look at the games you've lost. You lost to the Browns. You lost to the Panthers. You lost to an Eagles team that did not play well at all on Monday night, who played their worst game and were in a prime spot to be absolutely blown up. But the Packers out-eagled the Eagles as far as like not being able to play a full 60-minute football game. And now here you go in your get-right game. This is a get-right game. This is what everybody would consider this to be a get-right game for the Packers. And y'all are struggling. You're on the struggle bus here against the New York Football Giants. That's a problem. ELS, like, again, you're getting mad, and that's fine. Listen, I understand that at your team. I'm going to stick with my guys. I love my guys. I don't care what anybody says. This is a great team. I'm saying from an objective point of view. Listen, if anybody can be objective here, it's me. I'm Captain Objective. Please, I look at everything from straight down the middle, baby. That's how I see things. Always try to play devil's advocate. Always try to see things from other people's point of views, As you should. As everybody should. Like, I know, like, look, you've heard me on here talk about my Giants. You've heard me on here talk about my Giants. So you know that I'm not sitting there saying, like, oh, Giants, great shakes. Oh, the Giants are just this that way or this that way. No, Giants suck. I get that. I'm just saying, for people like you, for people like Tom Grossi out there, who are always so very high and want to think that they're, well, not maybe so much you. Grossi does get a little bit of that air of pretentiousness, The Packers are, we're the Packers. We are clearly the cheeseheads of destiny, and the Packers are going to be a top-flight team. Are they? And that's what I mean. Like, there seems to be this expectation that, the Packers should be the clear NFC favorite. They should be this, but there's a mistake here or there's a bad call there, and they're just not doing. I think at this point of the season, we're more than halfway through this season, you have to start looking at, I don't think it's just a case of a mistake here or a mistake there or a bad call here or a bad call there. I think what I'm saying is you have to start coming to the realization, or just maybe start having the conversation with yourself and other Packer fans of, maybe something is really, really wrong here with Jordan Love, with this offense, even with this defense. Oh, yeah, we got Micah Parsons, and the defense has played better as of late, but also very much in the early part of the season, the defense was very inconsistent. Super inconsistent. Like, you let the Panthers put belt to ass to you. You let the Cowboys score 41 points on you guys to tie the game, and you guys were lucky to get a tie game at that point. This is a case of where I don't think it's the Packers are a great team underperforming. I think they just might be that level of team, a B- to C+ level team. Good, probably playoff team, but not serious NFC contender. I think you have to start looking at it that way. ELS in the chat, he says, all I can say is our coach is an ass. Terrible coach right now. If we lose this game, I want head coach fired because he cost us the last 2 games, in my opinion. You fire Matt LaFleur. Yeah, shit, the Giants might sign him now. Hey, Matt, don't leave. Come here. In fact, Halfley there, both of you. Come here, you two. Come here. We'd like to have a conversation. How would you guys like to? You guys got fired, I heard? That's terrible. How would you guys like to get an immediate job? Well, so LaFleur is under contract for next season is his last year. So coaches usually will not, you're not going to have a coach that coaches on the last year of his contract. That very rarely happens. I think Tomlin's done it a couple times, and then they gave him a deal. I think he's on the last year on his contract right now as it stands. So he could. I mean, that could happen. It feels like if the Packers don't make a significant like if they don't, this feels like a season if they don't get to the NFC Championship game, like they don't make that good deep push into the playoffs, that maybe the Packers look at moving on from LaFleur with the contract coming up and all that. I don't know, but we'll see. I suppose we'll see. I wonder. I saw somebody in the in one of the Discords talking about LaFleur's got a brother. Was it Mark LaFleur or something, or some other Matt and Mark and Matt, whatever it is. He's out there with the Rams talking about maybe having him as a potential Giants head coaching candidate if they decide to go with that young offensive coordinator. Just 1 second. I needed to yell and curse at the NFL officials on Twitter, as one does. No, I see you. I got that. And ELS knows. ELS knows what's up. He's fine. He's just listen. As many of us have been. He's upset at his team because they are not playing to the level that he expects them to play at, and I get that. Like again, what am I going to say? I can't say anything about that. After that Giants Broncos game, I unplugged everything. I was supposed to do Sunday Night Football that week. I shut down. I didn't watch football or look at football. I didn't watch any of the talking heads on the next day. I didn't do anything. I unplugged from the world for like 18 hours after that Giants collapse against the Broncos. So I get it. You know what I mean? I understand it. delicious high-quality H2O right there with a little bit of lemon lime flavor. Drew Brees. Panthers already got a touchdown right out of the locker room. Xavier Legette, 36-yard touchdown. So the Panthers now trail 21-16, and I guess depending on the extra point will be 21-17, or if they missed it, I have no idea. Kick is away in this game, and the Packers going to return it to the 33, 34-yard line, roughly, it appears. Gatorade water sucks. It really, really sucks. Gatorade. Jaguars up 21-6. First down and 10. Love gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. Dexter Lawrence in with the pressure. Not a sack, but an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Packers. Giants defense starting to get some pressure in there, starting to get into the backfield. You love to see it. Aaron Rodgers has been injured in Pittsburgh's game with the Bengals. I guess officially listed as questionable. Mike Tomlin saying we're hopeful, but they're getting Mason Rudolph ready to go. So here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Packers after an injury timeout for an injured offensive lineman. Love steps back, looks, throws. That's going to be caught by Dontavian Wicks, and he's going to be a yard short. 3rd and 1 upcoming here for the Packers. Packers in the huddle. They break the huddle. Needing 1 yard for a first down. Can they get it, or will the Giants defense be able to hold? Love under center. Takes the snap. Play action. Looks deep down the field. Throws. That's going to be caught by Christian Watson down near the Giants' 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Packers. Watson now on the sidelines wearing his cape. Pitch out here on first down for the Packers. Gain of 3 yards, apparently. It's going to be Wilson on the carry. Yeah, Lloyd, I did for a while. I don't eat it that much anymore, unfortunately, because I'm poor, so you can't eat bacon all the time. But yes, Lloyd in the chat just wants to know, is he the only one that saves his bacon fat, or does anybody else still do that random question? I used to. Makes good, you know. You save enough of it, and you fry some, you clarify it, make sure that it's all clean and everything like that, and then you fry some French fries in that or something. Oh, good times. 2nd and 7. Love chucks up a ball deep down the field, incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag. How are they throwing a flag on that? He was back. He was looking. He had it. What are you throwing a flag on? He's looking back at the ball. That's a flag on Wilson. He covers his face with his hands. He got his head around. What are you saying? He got his head around. Are you kidding me with these calls? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Handoff on 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. That's going to be no gain, basically, for Wilson. 2nd and goal for the Packers. Unbelievable that you call that pass interference. Unbelievable. What do you want him to do? He turned around, he looked at the ball, and the receiver covered his eyes with his hands. If anything, that should be OPI. And instead you call it, unbelievable. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Jordan Love steps back, looks, throws, and it was a wide open asshole in the Weil, whatever his name is, whatever, doesn't matter. Referees score a touchdown at MetLife Stadium with a terrible call, as we see a bunch of half-retarded people from the New York, New Jersey area wearing Green Bay Packers gear. Oh, so they did a pick too. So, yeah, Watson did a pick. So that's OPI. They didn't throw a flag on that play. So they get the touchdown. So snap, hold, kick is not even close. Kick is not even close. So a 6-point lead for the Packers, 19-13 against the Giants. I mean, at this point, the teams just might as well go for 2 points every time because that swirling Meadowlands wind is not going to let them get anything like that. Jimbo said, bad Jimbo. It's not. That could have been a perfect hold. It didn't matter. That wind is whipping. That wind is whipping. And so there you go. The Packers, with the help of the officials, on just an absolutely atrocious defensive pass interference call, and then on an uncalled OPI, which again, the penalty they called for defensive pass interference should have been OPI to begin with, because Golden covered the face of the receiver with his head turned around looking for the ball. Whatever. Yeah, no, apparently you can do that and actually get a penalty called for you when you do that. That's fantastic. And then on the touchdown play, the Packers ran a pick. No call. No OPI call on that one. Of course not. So we can't have the Packers lose to this terrible Giants team now, can we? Oh, yeah, no, put it in. Fuck, just unbelievable. And you already know it's coming. And listen, you want it. I want it. We all want it. We all want it. Available right now at the Stay Tuned Sports Merch Store, bit.ly/StayTunedMerch, bit.ly/StayTunedMerch, or the link is available in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe they're redoing Fear Factor with Johnny Knoxville. They bring back Joe Rogan. Rodgers is currently out of the game in Pittsburgh, listed as questionable with a left hand injury. Bears got a field goal. They're up 13-3 now on the Vikings. Cincinnati got a field goal, 10-9 against the Steelers in that game. And, hey, the Texans scored a touchdown. That's 7-6 currently in Nashville. Kick is away. The Giants get it at about the 7-yard line. Return it to the 20, to the 22. 22. You know what that means. There she is. Haven't seen her all game. Great to see you, Taylor. I need to see it right now because I got to tell you, I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset with how these officials have been going, Taylor. You got to do something. You got to help us out. The power of Taylor. Help these officials see the light and know that whatever they're doing is pretty goddamn terrible. Winston under center here. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Actually, it wasn't from the 22. For some reason, now they have us marked at the 27, so that was my bad. I just wanted to see Taylor, I guess. There's another. Why are we not throwing a flag? We got an unsportsmanlike conduct. We got a face it. We got all these things, and the refs aren't throwing the flags on the Packers. Unbelievable. Second and 7. Winston under center. Another handoff here to Tracy, and Tracy is going to get to the first down. 1st and 10, Giants. Boy, that wind, I hear the wind whipping outside my house right now. So there at MetLife, it's got to be something special. And it gets cold there. When that wind starts whipping around that stadium, it gets cold because it's the same designed bowl that Giant Stadium was. It's a little bigger, but it's the same design. Tracy's injured, limping off the field. That's not great. And they say 3rd and 1. He made the line. And they're saying Singletary stuff, but it was a first down. Tracy had gotten the first down. Unbelievably bad spots here from the officials. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Giants are going to go for it on 4th and 1. I don't get it. Winston goes out wide. It's going to be a direct snap, kind of wildcat play here for the Giants. Singletary is going to... I think he got it. Unless they decide to fuck up the spot again. And it looks like it is a first down. Jesus Christ! This is a team like I shouldn't even care about, but the refs have been so atrocious. What are we doing? Like Tyrone Tracy had made the first down like rather comfortably. I looked at the spot. It was like, even when the official originally marked it, it was like, it's right there. That's a first down. Instead, they said 3rd and 1 and marked them a yard further back. What the hell are you doing? So 1st down and 10 for the Giants. They get about 5 yards on the run. Or unless it's going to be -4, because that's how the officials are going to mark the goddamn play. The officials in this game have been atrocious. Atrocious. And again, it was a 5-yard run, but they only gave the Giants 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Winston looks, throws, low pass. They're going to say it's caught. Good for 3 yards. So 3rd and 3 upcoming here for the Giants. Bellinger with the reception. That's close. I think he's got it, though. So, 3rd and 3. Winston blowing on his hands there in shotgun. And the Packers are going to throw a challenge flag. That's a catch. Like they said, the ball can touch the ground as long as it's secure. He has it secured. That's... Watch it. They're going to say it's not a catch, though. You know, I mean, we already know how this is going. We already know how this is going. Jimbo says, so you know how this is going to go. We know how this is going to go, Jimbo. We know how this is going to go, and that's why I'm going to leave this up here for just a moment. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. By the way, you can get this over at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store, bit.ly/Stay Tuned merch, bit.ly/Stay Tuned merch. Hoodie and T-shirt both available if you'd like that. And so, yeah, they said, nope, incomplete pass. Of course they did. Of course they did. The ground wasn't aiding him, though. Like, again, we know it. We know it. We know it was. We know how it was going to go. So now 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 3. Jameis, that's hands it off. It looks like he was going to run for it. Instead, that looks like it might be a gain of 3 yards. So it's now 4th and 3 from that spot. And it looks like the Giants are going to go for it. I mean, at this point, why not? We're 2-8. Who gives a shit? By the way, Penix is injured. There's a broken Penix in Atlanta. And there's a broken Penix in the butthole. As Falcons quarterback Michael Penix is now headed to the medical tent and is off the field. So 4th and 3. Winston back. He's going to pull it down. Looks, throws, and caught! Holy shit! Isaiah Hodgins with the miracle catch. What, is there a flag? Is there a flag? Is that an illegal catch? You're not allowed to catch the ball there, refs? Let's see. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Fucking assholes. Grossi says, rushing touchdown for Tucker. Breakout game for him. I'm guessing you're referring to the Buccaneers game. Tracy's back in the game. He gets 2 yards on the carry. 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Giants. 6:35, 34, 33 and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Quay Walker down for the Packers. Looks like he's favoring his left side, left shoulder area. Something on the left side there. Jimbo says the refs are yelling at the Packers. Guys, we can't help you every down. You got to stop them at some time yourself. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's just this game has been wild. It's infuriating. And listen, I've already given up the fact that I know the Giants are terrible, we're ass, and all that stuff. But I bad officiating is bad officiating, even if it's bad teams. Stop being bad officials. They're only going to give the Giants a 1-yard gain on that, by the way. It's going to be 2nd and 9 as Quay Walker's still on the ground for the Packers. Jaguars in the red zone, apparently again. Winston under center here for 2nd and 9 after the injury. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. Play action. Winston looks down the field. Open by Wan'Dale. I'm sorry, that was Hyatt who actually got the catch. Holy shit, Hyatt caught a ball. That's his second ball he caught today. Oh, my God, and that's a first down for the Giants. 6 minutes and now under remaining here in the third quarter. And that's going to be down about the 27-yard line. Hand off to Tracy. He bounces out to the left. Gets to the 21-yard line. Pushed out of bounds. Jameis Winston, by the way, 10 for 14, 111 yards today. Nice little counter. Nice little counter play. Jaguars now up 27-6 on the Chargers. Damn, I should have picked the Jaguars in that game. I was thinking of picking the Jaguars. Hand off to Tracy again, and he's going to get 4 yards on 2nd and 3. First down, Giants. And the Giants are now in the red zone. Chip in the chat here saying, how's it going post Daboll? Outside of the officials, I think it's great, Chip. I got to tell you. I think right now, outside of the officiating, it's been the Giants have played as what I kind of thought we would be. I thought we would play, it would be we'd play a lot better than people thought we would, and that's how it's been. Also, the Packers, man. Yeah, it's not worth. I don't know what's going on with the Packers. So 1st and 10. Hand off to Tracy. He gets it down to the 14-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 upcoming here for the Giants. And they say 2nd and 7, of course, because they don't know how to spot a goddamn football. Three 44, 42, 41, 40 remaining here in the third quarter. 2nd and 7 from the 14. So how is that? That's all right. Whatever. Either I'm bad at math or the officials are. Winston hands off to Singletary, and they keep on trying to spit him down. They spit him down for a yard gain. They had him 2 yards in the backfield. but then just spun them for a gain there. Oh, we got some pushing and shoving there. Nixon running his mouth there as usual. Chip saying, just happy the Steelers aren't taking a dump on it. So, yeah, I mean, it's, what are you guys, 13-9 right now over Cincinnati? Cincinnati currently has the ball, and I think Aaron is hurt, right? His left hand or something. So that's not great for the Steelers right now. 3rd and 6 for the Giants. Winston back, looks, throws out of the backfield to Singletary, and Singletary is going to be, whoa, did he get there or not? They're going to say he's out at the 10. Again, they're giving him real short. Again, they're spotting the Giants real short on all these, and it's going to be 4th and 3. And the Giants are going to go for it on 4th and 3. Again, Giants are 2-8, so who cares? Might as well. Chip says Mason looked fine, but the refs have also been the refs are just bad everywhere. So here we go. 4th and 3 for the Giants. Winston in shotgun takes the snap back. He's looking to throw. He's going to pull it down. He was looking to throw. Parsons gets him, and he is sacked back at the 20-yard line. Packers get the ball with turnover on downs. Crafty, you can't kick the ball there today. At MetLife, you can't kick it. You can't kick it. The wind is just too much. Yeah, it's 4th and 3. You got to get rid of the ball. I mean, it is what it is. So that's probably going to be all she wrote. The Packers will go down the field. They're on the 20 now, so it's not like it's even that deep, unfortunately, for the Giants because of the big sack there. So it's Crafty says Daboll must have called that play. No, I think it was a decent play. It's just Jameis, he didn't see anybody open, whether that was just good coverage or not, and the offensive line gave him enough time. He had more than enough time to throw the ball, But in that situation, you want to throw it somewhere. Throw it into the end zone. I mean, if it gets intercepted, okay, it's a touchback, and you end up at the 20 anyway. Right now, you didn't even get the ball off, and they have it at the 20 anyway. So, yeah, is what it is. Is what it is. So, I mean, this feels like the Packers are going to escape with a win against the team they should not. Right now, it looks like Penn State's very interested in Brian Daboll as we speak. So, looks like Daboll might be coaching in the college ranks. I know he's got kids that go to Penn State. So, officially, Penix has a knee injury and is questionable to return for the Falcons in their game with the Panthers. That game is 21-19 currently. Flacco got pick sixth, and the Steelers now have a comfortable 20-9, probably 29 because I think they only had 13. So over Cincinnati, that's what it's looking like there. Jaguars up 34-6 over the Chargers. That game is over, by the way. 1st and 10 for the Packers. Gain of 5 yards for the Packers. Love in shotgun at the 22-yard line. That's going to be another handoff here and another gain of about 4 yards. 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Packers. I said there was on the 22, and that's where they were, so that's why Taylor's on there. Hey, Taylor, how you doing? Them sexy hips. That ass looking good. Thank you, Taylor. Something told me about that game, and I was like, man, I'm going to go with the Chargers, but I think Jacksonville can win that game. Or did I pick Jacksonville? I have no idea. I forgot who I actually picked in that game. 3rd and 2. Love takes the snap. Big ball down the field. Incomplete. Incomplete. Christian Watson was the intended receiver. No flag, surprisingly. And so that's going to be a 3-and-out for the Packers. The Giants defense actually gets off the field on 3rd down. Holy shit, Nuggets. Kick is away. And they're going to say that punt is out all the way at the Giants' 15-yard line, assisted by the wind. So 21 seconds now remaining in the 3rd quarter, and the Giants are going to have first and 10 to the 15, so they got a long way to go towards back down the field to see if they can get any points. Lloyd says the Lions can potentially beat the Eagles as to their performance. I think they will, to be honest with you. There's nothing about the Eagles that strikes me as particularly good. 1st and 10, Winston throws over the middle. That's going to be Wan'Dale Robinson with the ball up to the 20-yard line. 2nd and 5. Second and 4, actually, give him 6 yards. And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd quarter is over. Get the 4s up here on Stay Tuned Sports as we are going to enter the 4th quarter with the Packers with a 19-13 lead currently over the 2-8 New York Giants with interim coach Mike Kafka. Unfortunately, Shane Bowen is still there. What are you going to do? And Jameis Winston starting at quarterback with Jaxson Dart in concussion protocol. Kyle Duggar gets a pick 6. And what do we got going on there? Let's take a look at these scores and see what do we got. We've got, Jesus Christ. Tampa Bay, they lead 26-24. Atlanta, they're leading 21-19 over Carolina. The Bears 16-3 over Minnesota. That was a good pick there. Jacksonville again crushing the Chargers 35-6. We know this game score: Pittsburgh 20-9 over Cincinnati, and Houston with a 10-6 lead over Tennessee. Baker got picked, says Crafty in the chat. That's not good for the Buccaneers. Oh, why did that do that? That shouldn't have done that. Oh, now I got to fix this. Oh. I hate when I got to fix things. Bills get a touchdown after Baker got intercepted, apparently. Uh-oh. There we go. And we're fixed, and everything's fine. Here we go. 2nd and 5. Thrown incomplete. Bounced around and almost intercepted by the Packers. Falls to the ground, though. And it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Giants from the 20-yard line. Chargers have taken out Herbert, by the way. 3rd down, pass to Tracy. Tracy, he's going to get the first down and more. And he's down all the way to the 40-yard line. 1st down, Giants. Big conversion. Big conversion. And so with that touchdown, now the Bills, what is it, 31? Is that 31-26? Man, what a game that is. Should have watched that game. But I'm a Giants fan, so we watch Giants games here. No matter how bad we are. Winston almost runs into Tracy, handing it off, but still, that's going to be good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up from the 45-yard line for the New York Football Gigantes. So Trey Lance now has replaced Justin Herbert in that 35-6 game. They decided not to because I think Herbert was already out for a little while, but now they've decided, yeah, let's go ahead and let's just put Trey Lance in there. Another handoff to Tracy, and he's got another 1st down and into Packers territory down to the 47-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. 1st down, Giants. I did not see that, Lloyd, by the way. I did not see that, but it does. I mean, there's been a lot. There's been a lot going on as far as that sphere of things going on. So I have not seen that, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was something said about that. So. Jameis back, looks, big ball, throws down the field, and should have been picked again. That was Mr. Big Mouth himself, Nixon, dropped the ball. It was thrown into double coverage there with Hyatt. Oh yeah, on Pat. Yeah, he said there's a lot of things he said on Pat's show. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Lloyd, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So 2nd down here. This is going to be Singletary. He goes for 4. So 3rd and 6 coming up for the Giants. Crafty in the chat says that was a gift from Winston, but the Packers defense said, give it to charity. And they say 3rd and 7. How are they shortchanging on these? I don't understand these bad spots. Winston looks, throws. That's going to be caught by Johnson, the tight end, down at the 31-yard line. 1st down, Giants. So 1st and 10. From the 30. I thought he was down at the 31. I'm trying to play the refs game, but now they give him, I think, an extra yard. So that's weird. Again, handoff here to Tracy. Tried up the middle, didn't work. Bounced out to the left side. Gets 2-3 yards. Two is the official spot from the official. So 2nd and 8 coming up for the Giants. From the 28-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. 11:07, 11:06, and 11:05 now remaining here in the fourth quarter. Winston under center. Bellinger in motion. It's going to be another handoff here to Tracy, and Tracy's going to bounce to the 23, 22. Let's see where they officially mark it. If it's the official, they'll mark them back at, their own 47 because that's just how they do. Where do they got it? Where do they mark them? It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 22. There we go. There's Taylor. So 3rd and 2. It's going to be almost a direct snap there. And it's good. Stays on his feet. Does Tracy. We got a late flag. Late flag. What do we got this flag on now? Super late. As soon as he got there, why would it be a hold? And they're going to call holding on the Giants for no reason. Where is the hold? I saw no grabbing. I saw nothing. How is that? Whatever. So what was first down now is going to be 3rd and 13, all the way back at the 33-yard line. Theo Johnson keeping it go. It's going to be 4th and 2. Should have been roughing the passer on the Packers on that play. So Giants going for it on 4th and 2. Caught! At the 9-yard line, Isaiah Hodgins with the catch. 1st and goal, Giants. Unless they want to throw another flag. Jimbo says he was literally hugging him. He was like doing the thing. He's like, you're allowed to do that. You don't. He wasn't like tackling him to the ground. He wasn't doing anything like that. He wasn't grabbing the jersey. You gotta let the boys play. You gotta let the boys play, Jimbo. You gotta that ticky tack. That was a ticky tack call. But now from the 9-yard line, 1st and goal. But we've got flags down here. Half the distance to the goal for a face mask on the Packers. Oh, yeah. Trying to decapitate. Wooden got the call there. So now it's 1st and goal from the 3.5. Handoff to Singletary. I don't think he got there. About half a yard short. 2nd and goal from the half-yard line for the Giants. Again, another horrible spot from the officials. Winston, he's going to pull it down, and he's over. That's a touchdown, Giants. Jameis Winston, quarterback, sneaks it in for the touchdown. And look at it, just helping his other teammates up, not doing super dances, not doing like that. Love Jameis, baby. We love you. Hey, okay, now you can do your dance, Jameis. Now you can do your dance. So the game's tied now, 19-19. Will the Giants go for 2? Or will they attempt to kick in this horrendous wind? We're going to find out here. Paul in the chat says, touchdown Giants. Giants are indeed going to try to kick here with Younghoe Koo. Kick up. Good. Giants have a 1-point lead with 7:22 remaining. And yeah, no, I said it. So here she goes. Do you see this, Bill? You see? Here, I'll close the camera so nobody can see you. But you want to see whenever I say something that's Taylor related? Here. Camera's down. Say I put the flip down. Every time I say something Taylor, she pops up on the screen. Pepper Jack is very camera shy. She doesn't like to be on camera. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Giants have a late 4th quarter lead. We know how those go. Giants lead 20-19. I'm surprised they went for the kick. I probably would have went for the 2-point conversion, the way things were going. But it works out. Jimbo in the chat says, boo. As an Eagles fan, you would not expect an Eagles fan to root for the Giants, and I would not expect a Giants fan to root for the Eagles. So this is, this is the back and forth. Again, this is one of the things where me and Jimbo wonder aloud much often how we're actually friends. I have no idea. I don't know how that happened. But here we are. You know, it is what it is. We just root like hell against each other's teams. That's all. And certainly hope that nobody has success. He's been more successful in rooting against the Giants than I have been in rooting against the Eagles these last couple of years. Clearly, the Buccaneers get a touchdown, and they take the lead again over the Buffalo Bills, 32-31. Yes, no, Peppa Jack does not want to come onto the camera. She's not. She's very camera shy. So, like I said, I doubt you're ever going to see Pepper Jack live on here until maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll find a way to get her on here. We'll have to make sure everything is properly done. She'll make sure she'll do her makeup right and do her hair. She wants to make sure her hair's did. Got to make sure the hair's did. Paul says, "Fire the cannons!" As the Buccaneers have gone ahead and now taken a 32-31 lead against the Buffalo Bills. 32-31 there in Orchard Park. Atlanta still leads by 2 points over Carolina, 21-19. Jacksonville just destroying the Chargers, 35-6. Minnesota getting a little bit closer, 16-10 versus the Bears. The Steelers still with a 20-9 lead over the Bengals, and the Texans with a 13-6 lead over Tennessee. So Giants get ready to kick off, and they do. This is going to go with the assistance of the wind all the way back into the end zone. And the Packers will get a touchback to the 35-yard line. Hey, Eagles-Cowboys next week. That'll be something. That will be something. Look at Jaxson Dart and Jameis Winston doing their master and sensei kind of bow. That's kind of cool. It's good. Good vibes. For a bad team, there's good vibes. And now it's even better vibes that Daboll's gone. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Jordan Love, play action. Looks, throws. He goes to Wilson out of the backfield, and that's going to be a gain of 9 yards. 2nd and 1 upcoming here for the Packers. They say 2nd and 2. Again, so the official spotting is not based on one team. It's just terrible spotting all around. From they say 2nd and 2, but it's 1 yard short. How is it 2nd and 2 when it's only a yard? The people at Fox suck. That was 2nd and 1, and it is a first down, gain of 3. Jesus Christ. It was 35 to the 45. The ball is on the 44, and they say 2nd and 2. It's not 2nd and 2 when it's 1 yard to go. It wasn't even that it was like a short 2, or maybe it was no, it was literally 1 yard. From the 47-yard line, Jordan Love steps back. He's getting pressured, looks, just throws it up there, and it is incomplete. Dropped by Dobbs again. That was it. That was incomplete. He looks like he had it, and then as he went to the ground, he dropped it. So incomplete. Look at that. Yep. He was like, oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. No, you don't. No, you don't, Gazoo. Uh-oh, what's going on? What happened to my phone? Lost connection to my phone. Oh, no. What happened? Big shot down the field by Jordan Love is nowhere near Matthew Golden. So now 3rd and 10 for the Packers. Love steps back. He's got time. The Giants cannot get pressure. Finally, they get pressure on it. He just chucks it up there. Xavier Williams catches it. God damn it. There's a desperation throw. Damn. Hand it off to Wilson. He gets it down to the 5. 1st and goal. We have a flag, though. Holding on the Packers. So that's going to knock it back. Jordan Love's going to pull it down. He looks, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught by Dobbs down at the 20. He gets it all the way to the 18. That wind is whipping. 4:20, 4:19, 4:18, 4:17, 4:16 left in this particular fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Packers from the 17-yard line. Play clock is at 0, and the Packers have to use one of their timeouts. Jalen Ramsey has been ejected from the Steelers and Bengals game for throwing a punch at Jamar Chase. That doesn't seem like a shocker. That doesn't seem like a surprise to me. Yeah, Ramsey getting kicked out. Chat's kind of quiet here as we're getting towards the end of the 1 p.m. games here. 1 p.m. if you're on the East Coast games. Thank you for joining us here, by the way, on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. We're watching along here with the Giants taking on the Packers. We've had 16 votes in our poll here about who was going to win this game, whether it was going to be Green Bay or the Giants. And right now, it currently sits at 50-50. Green Bay was leading most of the way on this poll for the chat here, and right now sits at 50-50. 2nd and 7 coming up from the 17-yard line for the Packers after their timeout. 4:07 remaining in the game. Love, bad snap. Looks, quick throw towards the end zone. Did he come down with that? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Packers. Watson gets the catch. Jimbo says you're going to have new coaches tomorrow. No, I mean we have. I don't care. We're in. We have the coach. Like this is who this is. This is who this is. Packers going for 2 to make it the full 7-point game. Can the Giants keep them out? Love has all the time in the world. Does a little jump pass, and they get it. So it's a full touchdown game now. So the Packers lead 27-20 with 4:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. Can the Giants drive down the field and get the game tying score? We're going to find out here in just a little bit. Wait, did the Bills score again? So that's just that game's going to be whoever has the ball last wins, huh? As it's 37-32. Bills. They go for two and not make it? I imagine so. That's why that hasn't updated yet. Why is this thing so weird? Like, I just want it to go in the place I want it to go, and it refuses to go to the place that I want it to go to. Does that work? Hey, that does work. So that's still 37-32 there in Orchard Park. Carolina, they're still trying to get back into the game. They got what do they got? A 4th and 53? No, okay. I was going to say that's just the time. Fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10 for their own 34. I was reading that wrong. My eyes are bad. Pittsburgh 20-12 over Cincinnati currently. Tennessee still within a touchdown here against Houston. Oh, shit, Nuggets. Giants are going to get a touchback here, get the ball at the 35-yard line. Giants have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Winston in shotgun takes the snap. Steps back, looks, throws. That's going to be caught for about 4.5 yards. Robinson with the catch. Second and 5. Winston throws. Incomplete. Wandale's got to catch that. You got to catch that, Wandale. Wandale's been good for us this year, but you got to catch that. You got to catch that. So 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Giants. Got to get to the 45, do the New York Giants. Winston takes the snap. Looks, throws, caught! Theo Johnson on the sidelines, tight end, caught, first down, Giants. So with that, the Giants are, where are we? It seems like we're right at the 50 or just into Packers territory here. 3:27 remaining because he got out of bounds. So at the Packers 49, Winston. Going to be a handoff here to Tracy, and Tracy's going to get it to the 40 and more, down to the 35, and now he's getting put down to the 32, down to the 31 and a half, about the 32-yard line. First down, Giants, and Tyrone Tracy. Let's go. Let's go. That's what you like to see. I also like to see Pepper Jack. Hi, Pepper Jack. How's your chips and dip? Very good, very delicious. Very nice. Gilmore Girls or New Girl? Gilmore Girls? I figured. On a nice rainy, windy, cloudy day. Yeah. That fits. And that's going to fit your vibe. It's going to fit your mood. So from the 32-yard line, Winston takes the snap. He dumps it off to Tracy out of the backfield. Gets it to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 3 upcoming. Paul's in the chat says all effort on that play. Wow, yeah, that was... The ball did come out, but he's down by contact anyway, so ground can't cause a fumble. You know that. You know that. I know that. We all know that. Pardon me. Winston in shotgun on 2nd and 3. Throws. Oh! Hodgins could not come down with that pass. And now with 1:59 remaining, the 2-minute warning is hit with 3rd and, 3 upcoming for the Giants. Woo! Squeaky bum time for you Packers fans out there. Tone Diggs on Twitter says, I despise Bill Vinovich. Don't we all? I know. I'm guessing he's doing the Steelers and Bengals game. There is not a person in the world who watches NFL football that likes Bill Vinovich. There are officials we tolerate, and there's a lot of officials that was like, oh boy, I'm certainly glad we don't have them. Bill Vinovich is one I absolutely cannot stand, and I don't think any NFL fan can stand him. And so, like, again, this hoodie is good for the F the refs there, clearly, but that could clearly say just fuck the refs, but one in particular, Bill Vinovich, but I think it was a little too long to fit onto the shirt. By the way, bit.ly/stay tuned merch if you want to get that one. Hoodie and T-shirt, both available, depending on which climate you have and which, what you look better. You like a hoodie? A lot of people like hoodies. You like wearing a T-shirt? It's there for you as well. Chargers game has gone final. By the way, the Chargers have lost to the Jaguars 35-6. Wow. Just a belt-to-ass moment there. By the way, 35-6 has happened 7 times before, most recently on December 13th, 2015. Thank you, Scorigami, for that, as that game was no Scorigami. A lot of these other games, man, it's coming down to the nitty-gritty here. What do we got? Buffalo has the ball back with 6:31 left. They have the 5-point lead on Tampa Bay. Atlanta has the ball back. They have a 2-point lead with 2:57 remaining in that game. Minnesota and Chicago tied up at 16 with Minnesota in the red zone. Pittsburgh in the red zone. And Minnesota scores. Minnesota has taken a lead against the Bears. 3rd and 3 coming up here in this game, however, for the Giants. 1:59 remaining. Winston takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff and a first down and more for Singletary as he gets it to about the 20-yard line. First and 10, Giants. Winston in shotgun. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. To his right. Takes the snap. Winston looks. Throws. Going to the end zone. That should have been a flag, but no flag thrown. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. By the way, the Vikings scored that touchdown with 50 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Winston. Going to be a handoff. Gets it to the 14-yard line. They're going to say mark him down at the 15. Clock is moving. We are at 1 minute and now less. 3rd and 6 for the Giants. Winston gets the snap, back, looks, throws towards the end zone, and it's intercepted. Hyatt fucked it up again. And there's 30 seconds left or whatever. The Giants have 3 timeouts. That wasn't Jameis's fault. That was Hyatt's fault. So the Packers hand off here on first down. Giants immediately take a timeout with 31 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts remaining for the Giants. Eli says, how about these Packers? Boy, your Packers fucking suck, dude. Look at what you've had to do against the Giants. This is the Giants. We're a 2-8 team, and you needed miracles. The Giants drove all the way down the field. They've been carving you up all game, EOS. Like, I would be concerned if I'm a Packers fan. And the Packers ain't win the game yet. They ain't win the game yet. Maybe if they get a first down, the game's over. So 2nd and 8, handoff here, down, timeout, 26 seconds remaining. Giants down to 1 timeout remaining. Eli says, I know, but a win is a win. But is it? Is it? Is it, though? Is it? I don't know. And the way the wind has been, maybe it helps, you know? Third and 3. If the Giants got to stop here, probably not. I mean, this game is, you're asking for a last chance. Jordan Love, he's going to pull it down, and he slides down at the 20. 20 seconds left. A massive loss there for the Packers. And that is going to kill. That's the Giants' last timeout. By the way, that was technically a sack, even though he gave himself up.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Jimbo's like, Miracle at the Meadowlands 3. It would be nice if the Giants got one of the Miracle at the Meadowlands, like, you know. Although, even so, it would either end up just as a tie, which we could miss the extra point and that'd be fine. Or we go for 2 and miss that. So there's no chance that we actually win this game. We probably still fuck it up in the end, but to lose by 1 point would be kind of cool. I'll give us that. So 21 seconds left. Packers are going to have to punt here, clearly. Unless they take the safety and then do the safety kick to try to get the Giants further back. I don't know. That you could try to do that. I don't understand. Like run and just kind of burn time. Who knows? Kick is up and away. And that kick goes all the way down to the 18-yard line. Giants are going to try to return it here. They get it to the 35 with 10 seconds remaining. So 10 seconds to go 75 yards. I've seen weirder shit. What did the Bears just do? Jameis Winston looks, and he's hit as he had the chance for it. Doesn't matter. Game's over. And that's it. So the Packers escape MetLife with a win, 27-20, a game maybe they probably should not have won. Let's be honest with each other. Let's all be honest with if we're all being honest with each other. I'll say this. The Giants gave a valiant effort in this game against a team that was on paper better than they are, with getting their coach fired, with having Jameis Winston starting, not having your starting quarterback there with Jaxson Dart, and having all the injuries the Giants had. Well, what are we reviewing? Oh, to see if it was an incomplete pass. Oh. If it was an incomplete pass, then it would have stopped the clock there, and that would have been that. But ELS says, thank you, defense. What did your defense do? ELS, your defense was garbage in this game. The Giants ran all over you all game. Your defense couldn't stop the running game for shit. You guys made even Devin Singletary look good, and he can't run the ball for nothing. So, like I said, you're a Packers fan. You got the win. Enjoy the win. I'm not trying, congratulations, all that stuff. But the fact that you had to struggle like that against the New York Giants? I'm just saying, ELS. That was a for coming off that game against the Eagles on Monday night. This is not the performance. If you're a Packers fan, this is not the performance you were looking at. This was not the performance you were looking for. And the fact of the matter is that the Bears were able to get a game winner. Apparently, they had a long kick return. The Vikings had a 1-point lead with 50 seconds left. The Bears got a long kick return. Where did it go out to? And they got a last-second field goal to win the game. Did the Bears? The Bears win by 2 against Minnesota. To the 40, 50, they got it all. They were in field goal range after that. Wow, unbelievable. So the Bears win on a last-second field goal. By the way, 27-20 is not a scoregami. That score has happened 135 times before. The most recent was just on November 9th. Christian in the chat says the Giants are out of the number 1, number 2 seed. Packers so fraudulent. Panthers looking to do something. Oh, Panthers, they're going to get Bull to the 20, to the 15, down to the 10. Did he stay in? I think he stepped out before that. No, they said he stayed in. Touchdown for the Panthers. They're going to review that clearly, but as it stands right now, the Panthers have a 1-point lead after a touchdown, 120 remaining in Atlanta. Boy, I need that win. Buffalo now up by 12 points on the Buccaneers, 44-32. Look like I'm going to lose that game as well. Steelers up 34-12 on the Bengals, so that game is done and dusted, just about. '49ers already up 7-0. Jesus Christ. I can't see that because the camera didn't see. I wish there was a way to just ban all the AI accounts on Twitter. That would be nice. I would like that. This is going to be a big call here on whether or not this is a touchdown or not. They say no, he stepped out. They say he stepped out. And so they take the touchdown off the board for the Panthers. So it's going to be first and goal anyway. So it's still the Panthers are in a good spot here, and they can probably milk more clock off. No, I agree, ELS. ELS in the chat says, I'll be honest, I don't think the Packers should have won this game. Our defense played like shit. The offense were the only reason we're in the game. But even the offense wasn't. You guys had so many drops. Like, that's the other thing. Like, again, defense, you got to look at because the Giants ran all over you. And like I said, Devin Singletary looked good today. And Devin Singletary never looks good. On top of that, on the offensive side of the ball, you guys just could not hold on to a ball to save your life. You ended up beating the Giants because the Giants fucking suck. Let's be honest. But it should not have taken you the whole game to beat the Giants. And the fact that it did is concerning. If I'm a Packers fan, I'm concerned. Like, you were hoping this was supposed to be a get-right game for the Packers. I don't think the Packers got right. And you're looking at all these other teams that you have to play and all the other games that are coming up. And even in your division, the Bears were able to come back and beat Minnesota. And I think Minnesota, from a lot of aspects, is actually a better team than the Giants are. And the Bears have been able to come back and win some of these miracle games and keep their record going. These are games that the Bears lose last year, the last couple of years. They're winning these games now. When you got to play the Lions again, that's not going to go well. Like, that's the thing. The Packers, the most impressive thing the Packers did this season was week 1. And that's 11 weeks ago now. Like, the Packers have not looked impressive since week 1. A 2nd and goal from the 12 after a loss on first down for the Panthers. Young is back, looks, throws, incomplete. It's going to be the Panthers end up screwing this up because of the edge of the shoe touching a white piece of plastic on the sidelines. If the Panthers screw this up because of that, that's going to be absolutely insane. Every 1 o'clock game is final except for 2 here now. Bryce Young back looking, throws towards the caught, touchdown! Panthers! They do get the touchdown. I'm not going to say his first name, but McMillan, because I can't say his last name, his first name. Tetoria, whatever. So it is 25-24 now for the Panthers, looking to get the late victory in Atlanta at the Butthole Dome there. So, yeah, Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati 34-12. Houston has defeated Tennessee 16-13. Those games are all final. And the Panthers get the 2-point conversion. Coker gets the catch. And so it is a full 3-point game, 27-24. Panthers lead the Falcons at the Butthole Dome with 1:08 remaining. And it looks like the game in Orchard Park is just about over. It looks like the Bills have possession again with the they're inside the 2-minute warning, so that's going to be that. Cressy says, yeah, the Panthers had the early lead. They had 7-0, and then the Falcons took the lead, and then they haven't looked back since. And slowly but surely, the second half, the Panthers have come all the way back, and now they have a 3-point lead. So the Falcons have 2 timeouts, 1 minute, 8 seconds. Can they pull off what the Bears did? The Bears had a great return to what? There was the Vikings 39, 38-yard line on the kickoff return, which set them up for the game-winning field goal. Again, the Falcons could be set up here with a chance to get it. And like I said, it looked like the first team's like, they handed it off to Bijan. It looks like they got Bijan going. I don't know what happened in the second half. I don't know if they stopped handing it off to him or what have you. But if the Falcons blow this game, it seems like Raheem would be like that seems like it would be a firing. That's a firing. Oh, and the Falcons do get a good return all the way up to the 45-yard line. So they do get a good return. So they got 1 minute left. They're on their own 45, so a tremendous return. And it sets up the Falcons with just a couple of plays to get into field goal range. First down. Looks, throws. It's going to be caught in a first down for the Falcons. Cousins with the pass there since Penix is out. Yes. It is Kirk Cousins, not Penix. Penix got hurt. There's an injured Penix in the butthole dome. Kirk Cousins throws over the middle. That's going to be caught and good for a first down. Robinson with the catch there. 41, 40 seconds. The Falcons have 2 timeouts. They're not using them yet. 37, 36, 35. This is from the 33.5-yard line. Cousins throws. That's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. 30 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10. As you see, Gonzalez, the new Falcons kicker, on the sidelines warming up. Zane Gonzalez. He's 1 for 1 today with 52 field goals made. The Falcons have had well-documented field goal issues here. Cousins calling out protections here. Takes the snap, looks, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught by Drake London down to the 27-yard line. And the Falcons are going to take their first timeout. Panthers lead 27-24 over the Falcons. Falcons trying to get in field goal range, which I believe they're in now. By the way, Josh Allen today, 19 of 30, 317 yards, 40 rushing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 3 rushing touchdowns. He is going to get Haley Steinfeld's ass all over his face when he goes home tonight, because that's the reward you get for being a fucking stud, as Josh Allen is, as the Bills beat the Buccaneers up at Orchard Park. Kirk Cousins throws down the sideline, throw incomplete, no flag. It is now 4th and 4, 21 seconds remaining. It was a good chance to go down to the end zone there. Good pass to Drake London. Boy, ELS really wanted Drake London to go ahead and get that pass for a touchdown. Did not happen. So here it comes. The field goal attempt to tie the game for the Falcons. ELS in the chat says, what if the Falcons missed a field goal? Because that would be the most Falcons thing ever. Indeed, it would be. Gonzalez changing his socks up here. It seems like the Panthers should call a timeout to maybe ice him. The kick is up, and it is just good. He just sneaks it in. And with that, we have a tie game in Atlanta with 16 seconds remaining. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining. So this one looks like it's going to overtime. I'll stick around with this one. And watch some overtime. Why not? Why not? Devontae Adams is actually active. I thought he was going to be out for this game. So here we go. 16 seconds left. Falcons kicking off now. Hey, the Rams, they got a touchdown in their game. And they are up 7-0 on the Seahawks. Early in that game. San Francisco already up 13-0 on Arizona. Whoops, I picked the Cardinals in that game. Looks like everybody, Brock Purdy sucks. Brock Purdy's not going to do anything. Brock Purdy's going to be bad. Oh, the 49ers, they can't wait to put Mac Jones back in there because Brock Purdy's going to be 13-0. Shut the fuck up. That's all I'll say. Although I did kind of buy in it too. I was like, hey, maybe I think Arizona at home, Jacoby Brissett playing. Maybe the Cardinals, they got all those desert birds, those tough desert birds. They're going to do something. Guess not. And the Panthers are just going to kneel on it as they are content to go to overtime. Although it's not that game. So. And when I'm done with this one, I will not be covering a 4 o'clock game. I was thinking about it, but I was like, we'll wait. I will be covering tonight's game, which will be the Detroit Lions versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know why I do that in a French accent, but I do, because sometimes I'm doing a little crazy, you know. Wait. So 27-all here at the Butthole Dome in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to see what happens here with the overtime here. As you can see, the main game we were watching here was the Giants and Packers. Packers end up winning 27-20 over the New York Football Giants. Waiting for the coin toss here. Panthers win the toss, and they will kick it off to the Falcons. Panthers win the toss. They will kick it off to the Falcons. So Kirk Cousins looking to get his team a victory here. What are the other games we have to start? The other game that we still need the Ravens-Browns, which nobody cares about, and then Chiefs-Broncos. So I think those are the two big games. Seattle-Rams and Chiefs-Broncos are the games to really, really watch here. And of course, it's overtime, so they got to get some commercials in here as well. So we'll just beat around here. We'll take a look here at what's going on in Twitterverse here. Brock Purdy gets a huge deep touchdown pass. By the way, that's where the 49ers got their other touchdown. Oh, Brock Purdy. Oh, he's still bad. Oh, they should have stayed with Mac Jones. So I'm telling you, ELS Excited says Kings bonus coverage. That's it, baby. Sometimes you get a little bonus coverage here with these games. Go to overtime. Why not? Why not? By the way, Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley, and this was his first game back since a hamstring injury for the Titans, broke his fibula and is done for the season. So broken leg for Calvin Ridley. And just what was a cursed season was double cursed for him. ELS says, hey, you know what would be funny? The Browns won. And listen, they beat the Ravens last year when I think the Ravens were a better team last year. The Browns beat them. So, again, unlikely, but the chance is never zero. The chance is never zero. Those Josh Allen stats are still crazy. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 357 total yards, and 44 points scored for the Bills. In that Buccaneers-Bills game was crazy. What a back-and-forth game. Would have rather watched that than watch my Giants just have the heart broken again in the fourth quarter. But, again, ELS, I know you're a Packers fan, so take the win, and that's it. You'll take the win where you can. But, again, this game is not going to get the Packers into the top 12. It's not, the game today was not a game that the Packers get back into the top 12 of the power rankings. And I think that's something you have to be real concerned about if you're a Packers fan. Wanting or thinking this team can make that kind of run, I don't know if they can. That kick goes into the end zone, but it knocked inbounds first, so that's going to be a 20-yard line touchback there. And that's where the Falcons will get it, at the 20. Eli says, I already know. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to have a conversation. As far as the Packers fan, now that the game's over, we both are down from our emotional highs and lows or whatever. Like what needs to change? And I'll ask this to you as a Packers fan. If there's any other Packer fans out there in the chat that want to say anything, what would be your recommendations for the Packers of how do you turn it around? Like, how do you start playing like the team that everybody saw on week 1 and not since week 2 onwards? Like, where's the disconnect? What is going on with this Packers team that it's just something is not clicking? 4-yard gain on first down for Bijan Robinson and the Falcons. 2nd and 6 upcoming. Again, this is a little overtime coverage here. Falcons 27, Panthers 27. Kirk Cousins on 2nd and 6. Looks, throws to Bijan out of the backfield, and Bijan's going to get it to the 30, to the 35, to the 37-yard line. First down, Falcons, but there's a flag in the game. And it's going to be coming back, apparently, from what it seems like. Ineligible player downfield on the Falcons since the pass got a little delayed on the screen pass. It was a little too much time, and once the timing gets screwed up, again, I don't like the 1-yard cushion. I think it should be a 3-yard cushion the way it used to be. Again, that's a real bit. It has no impact on the play. Whatever. I get it, but it is what it is. ELS, by the way, says as far as the Packers go, yeah, there are some big things that need to change for the Packers. Wide receivers and cornerbacks have been a problem. He says his coaching staff also has not done well. Oh, dropped pass. Oh, no. Looks like he tried to run before he got blown up afterwards anyway, so he might not have gotten too much more, but still, you got to catch that ball. And his hands just dropped and then just blown up. So 3rd and 11 from the 19 now. Kyle Pitts with another dropped ball. I think so, ELS. A lot of people have been calling for Raheem Morris to get the axe now for a while. Thrown over the middle. Big throw from Kirk Cousins, and it looks like it's complete. And they say, no, hit the turf. Incomplete. 4th and 11. Falcons have to punt. Now, all the Panthers need is a field goal, and they can win the game. That's why you kick off first. See what you got to do. Isaiah Hodges was the intended receiver, former New York Giant. Seattle gets on the board, and it is 7-3. Rams lead the Seahawks in Inglewood, California at SoFi Stadium. Beautiful SoFi Stadium, and not so beautiful Los Angeles area. That punt is going to land and bounce at the 30, at the 29, and it's going to stop at the 29.5-yard line. And so that is where the Panthers will take over at their own 29.5-yard line, just needing to get to field goal range. Field goal range, a field goal will win the game for the Panthers. ELS says this stream has been sponsored by Grandma's Monkeys. Not sure what that means, but okay. The official letting everybody know that the Falcons are in danger of losing this game, as any points will win. Any points scored, we are now in sudden death. You get a safety, game over. You get a field goal, game over. Daboll with a 1-yard run on first down. Arizona scores a touchdown, and they are now down only 6 points as San Francisco missed an extra point in their game. 13-7, the Niners lead the Cardinals. And the Broncos-Chiefs game and the Ravens-Browns game has started as well. Bryce Young throws here on 2nd and 9. That's caught. Oh, and he's going to break it to the 40, 35-30, 25-20, down to the 15-yard line of the Falcons. And ladies and gentlemen, that might be all she wrote in this one. If I'm the Panthers, I just mark it down in between the hash marks, take the field goal, and go home. What? I mean, just the Falcons had a chance, had them back on their own 31-yard line, and let the tight end break out for Jesus Christ. By the way, Bryce Young, 31 of 45, 448 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Career game here for Bryce Young in this Panthers attempt to win the game in overtime in Atlanta. Tremblay with the reception there. So 2nd and 7. Panthers lined up in the middle of the hash marks, but they're going to run another play here. It's another run to Daboll, and he just keeps it again in the middle. Gain of a yard. 3rd down. It looks like the Panthers are going to run another play with 3rd and 6 upcoming. Bam Knight with the touchdown in the for the Cardinals, says ELS in the chat. Young under center. It's another handoff to Daboll. And again, straight ahead, gets it to about the 10.5-yard line. So 4th down, and the field goal unit will come on for the Panthers. For the Panthers. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. And the Panthers have come back. It took overtime. What's going on? The ball went through. What are we talking? What's the delay here? There seems to be the officials are just like they're walking weird. Like, what's going on? There was no whistle. There was no timeout. There's no flags. There's no penalty. I don't know what all that was about, but apparently it does count. It does count. It is through. The Panthers go ahead. They win in overtime, 30-27. And the Falcons, I think you got to fire Raheem Morris. And by the way, the Panthers have swept the Falcons for the first time since 2013. And it's the only 3rd time in franchise history they've done that. But the Falcons lose both games to the Panthers. And, yeah, they kind of choked this one away at the end. At halftime, they seem to be well in control of this game. And that's what happens. So a couple of comebacks we've seen already this season, some wild ones. My Giants, unfortunately, were part of one of those. But there we go. So Denver, they're up 3-0 against Kansas City at Mile High. No score in Baltimore and Cleveland game yet. Rams up 7-3 on the Seahawks, and the Niners up 13-7 on the Cardinals. As for me, I will see all of you guys here tonight for Sunday Night Football. We've been waiting all day for Carrie Underwood's ass to shake on Sunday night, and that's what we're going to be here for the Lions and the – who are they playing? What team is that? I don't know, some shitty team that wears teal. I have no idea. Oh, yeah, that's right, the Philadelphia Eagles. Lions and Eagles tonight on Sunday Night Football. Thank you so much for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. If you liked any part of this, I don't know why you would have, but if you do, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. If you want to help us out more directly, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store down in the description below. Click on any one of those. Donate anything you'd like. We accept and appreciate everything. Any support that you guys give us, whether it's just the like button, whether it's actual monetary support, whether it's buying one of our shirts or one of our pieces of merch, anything that you guys do to support us really, 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 truly does mean a lot. So I want to thank you all so very much for helping. And until tonight, my name is King. This has been Stay Tuned Sports, and you all have a great rest of the 4 o'clock slates. Enjoy football.